Yo, 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 yo. What's happening, people? What's poppin'? What's good? How y'all doing today, man? Listen, I ain't done a bull spin in like 4-5 months. I'm sorry. I have missed it. But there's been a lot to talk about lately, and I can't not pull out one real quick when I finally have some free time. Working 50-something to 60-hour weeks. Not 60, 50-something. But I've been busy. I gotta have a life too, you know. But it's time to get down to the nitty gritty. What's good, K7999? What up, God to be seen? What up, JR619? What's good? What's good, Dream Shake Jones? What up, Sticky Nut Juice? I love you, dog. You know I fuck with you, Sticky. You gotta do something about that name. That's not a name that I can constantly repeat and not get looked at some type of way. Like, what if we became homeboys to the point, like, I gotta put you on my phone or some shit and I text you. And like, hey, who you texting, bro? That's my nigga Sticky Nut Juice. They gonna look at me sideways. They gonna look at me very, very sideways. Oh, man. What up, Bill Pat? What up, God? Tesla Rasian. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. Forget about you being here. I haven't done one in months. You know what I'm saying? Sheesh. Oh, I'm glad you're back, though, Chief. Thank you, Bill Pep. For sure, God to be seen. That's what we're all about. So all we up talking that ish, talking that bullspit. What up, Toddy? I see you in the chat, cuz. Dog. I mean, there's a few things we could talk about. One Piece. I mean, I didn't get to go very long in depth with the stream the last week. I loved it. But we didn't really talk about... We got off topic pretty hard. Into a Hunter debate. Thanks, Toddy. The Dream Team's not looking good. Oh, listen. The Dream Team... Bro, I've seen people tweeting at everything about the Dream Team saying that they are sad to be an American. That's a bit much. Saying you're sad to be be an American is a bit much. They're losing, but I mean, think about all the Dream Teams of the past, right? The Dream Team damn near had the top 10 players in the NBA every time. You know what I'm saying? And this year you got maybe 2 top 5 players in the NBA. If you want to put Dame there. Kevin Durant's there, of course. Do you want to even put Dame there? So I don't even know. They lost to Nigeria. Yeah, they lost to Nigeria. They lost to Australia. You see highlights from Patty Mills and Jingles. Like, dog. What's up, Vulture? What up, Madara Mensa? What's good? What up, Sunday Lollipop? LeBron and 7. What's pop? Who even plays for Nigeria? Like who? You know what I'm saying? I agree, Vulture. They wildin'. Virgo, they're there to play basketball for fun? No. They're there to represent the United States. But yeah, they're 0-2 in these exhibition games, Sunday Lollipop. They wildin'. What else, Rawhide Mello? Also, real fast, in honor of us coming back to bullspitting, I gotta give my man, Bill Pat, moderator. Gotta give a mod to Bill Pat. He's been around for a long time. Plus, he's one of the first I saw recognize that had been here for a while. I know East Blue Drew, your time is coming. Your time is coming. East Blue Drew said, Team USA finna lose. You want the referee that? The referee's not today. The referee is Saturday, Playboy. I'm excited. I really fuck with Morge. Morge is like a separate side of YouTube than me. Morge is like on the I'm going to make this analysis video. It's going to be very, very in-depth. You're going to get a synopsis on this, and this bullet point. And he's very good at that. He's very good at that. But I'm slowly trying to bring Morge over to the side where he's by the tower of ignorance, which is my side of YouTube. I'll talk a couple of analysis things with him, but I'm trying to get him into the little trolly humor that we have over here. You know? You can call this a pre-ghetto reverie, I suppose. So we're going to get guys in here. East Blue, I don't know if you knew, this is actually going to be my third time in the reverie. Strike 3. As you know, my very first time going to the reverie, I fell asleep. We all know that. I definitely fell asleep. Niggas was tired, is what it is. And my second time there was a very good time. I was able to be around for a couple hours of the conversation. And, of course, the sleep jokes were coming left and right. What you thought was going to happen. But the third time is coming up. And I just tweeted about this very recently. I think Brago might have an eye for finding talent. Because when I look back on the old Brago streams, and even the current Brago streams, when he does them, a lot of the people that are involved in the BDA crew are having successful YouTube careers, which I think is actually really cool. I think it's really cool. I call myself successful. 2K subs or 2 million subs, I think I'm doing all right. I'm enjoying what I have. So I would say Matt's not BDA Brad, but Matt was all in the streams, OG. Laz. Drix wasn't BDA Brad, but Drix was always in the stream, so Drix doing pretty well for himself. I would say JD. Even though JD mostly came to mind, it's all a trickle-down effect. And Sage as well. So I think it's pretty dope. And I appreciate him hosting the boys. Point blank period. I appreciate him hosting the boys. LeBron, you never heard of Morge? No, Vulture, you'll be surprised. Morge is definitely for the gang. Morge loves hanging out with us. Mostly Drex, because that's his homeboy. But obviously O'Hara is his ace boon coon. He said, crazy how YouTubers will have mad subs and won't know them. I don't like that. That's why I like where I'm at, where I can still, we will have hundreds of viewers sometimes, but we can still be intimate with the chat. Like, y'all are homies. For real. Like, I'll even go to other people's streams, and I see y'all, and I'm interacting with y'all because y'all gang. That's just how it is. It's a family over here on my side, and it always will be. No matter if we have 2,000 subs or 20,000 subs. I will get to know all 20,000 of you if need be. Even if 500 of you are bots. I'll figure you out. Also welcome Yar Minyoy. You seem new to the channel. Welcome. Nice to have you here. Do you think you'll be able to host a future reverie? Probably not. I'd probably need to get on like a 500 meg connection for that. I have a good laptop, but it's definitely not built to host 5,000 people in my chat. That I know for a fact. That's probably not applicable. Not in the near future. 3-4 years down the line, if I figure something out, maybe I build a computer or something, maybe. Right now, not applicable. I'm game, I'm ghetto, and drunk enough to try to join discussions. Of course, got to be seen. When is the ghetto reverie? I have yet to announce a date. I will be doing it. I'm thinking in the ballpark of about 2 or 3 weeks after this week's reverie, but I need to figure out the time frame. I want to do it on a Saturday where I know people don't have nothing going on the next day, and hangovers are not going to be a problem. You dig? It will, Bill Pap. There are some things in the works for the ghetto reverie that are magnifique. Yeah, Vulture. I mean, my thing is, I've been told left and right, make videos, and I very well may. I very well may do that in the future. But I'm here to do YouTube, to do something that I really, really enjoy. And to be honest, I really, really enjoy streams of every kind. Videos are cool. I watch videos. But for me and my niche, I am more of an interactive YouTuber. I like talking to you guys. I like even talking at myself at the screen. It is what it is. I talk a lot. So I don't like to condense all what I have to say into 10, 12-minute videos because I'm a blabbermouth. So I love to just go on and flow and talk and get into the flow of conversation. That's just how I go. And yeah, Vulture, stay at it, bro. Just stay at it. You'll be fine. You were so good. I watched some Brago streams. I really appreciate that guy to be seen. And look at that. Now we're in a chat to each other. We're in chat with each other. And it's funny because I remember when I first started, right? When I first started, I was watching Brago and Roger's Base. And I found Brago typing in black YouTubers who review anime. Funny enough. He popped up, so did Roger. Funny story. But then I started watching Brago, and I'm like, oh, wow, the camaraderie here is great. I'd love to hop in some of those discussions. And I remember I hopped in a couple times. I hopped into Dustin's streams. We were all chatting up, having a great time. I hop into Trent streams. I would hop in, and I hop in with Brago and them. And I was like, oh, bet. We got something going here. We all some funny dudes who love anime, and we're just flowing. JR, of course we'll talk about One Piece. It's a One Piece channel. We're always going to talk about One Piece. But first I want to talk to the fam a little bit. Get some of y'all questions. Y'all talking to me. I'll see how y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get into the thick of it. I like the original Hunter X Hunter more. Oh, the 99 version? You didn't like 2011? What up, Shadow Dank? What up, Feral Anarchy? DJ H, what up? Oh, and that's fair, LeBron, because I feel like there's a certain niche in the community who only really love discussions and the different opinions that people are bringing together in one source. I do feel like in some regard that niche had a bloom a couple years ago, but a lot of the people are moving towards Twitch instead of YouTube discussions, and that's fine. I preferably like YouTube discussions more. Big Don Toretto energy. Fuck out of here with that family shit. Bet Jaded. Bet East Blue. Yes, get over this year for sure. 100%. I have a $5 donation for Straw Hat Mellow. My boy. Nobody beats family. Prototype redemption arc. Hold on, Captain Curry. I've been redeemed, Playboy. I've been redeemed. I'm good. Oh, Black Internet, you bogus as fuck. The new Baki season? You damn right, Sunday Lollipop. Wait, Sunday Lollipop? I didn't know you knew I was caught up. I'm caught up to Baki. Hell yeah, I'm going to check it out. I fuck with Baki. Big bag boys. Big bag boys. Morge on the Ghetto Reverie. Funny enough, Tristan. Morge said he wants an invite. Morge wants to put up to the Ghetto Reverie. Give him a little turn. Give Morge a little lit. I'm going to see if he can try to sneak O'Hara by. See if we can get some drinks in him. When is the Henny Cool Brothers coming back? Listen, nigga. If y'all niggas don't stop asking me when the Henny Cool Brothers come back, when Jay hosts it, when it's coming back, and my man's busy, he's doing his thing. I'm not going to harass him. When it's time, it's time. We're going to come back with the thunder, like we always do. Y'all thought we were done. We came back with 5 videos. We will be back. No, Morge isn't stuck up. You'll like Morge. Trust me. Trust me, Kako. I just don't see myself hosting a referee all that soon, bucko. Yeah, Sunday. I mean, essentially me too. Back in, 2014, 13. I'm kind of old. I've been around for a while. I don't even think I was 21. It's wild. I did not finish reading Berserk. Wherever I left off on stream, right after the eclipse, is where I'm at on Berserk. No. RDC Worlds is met LeBron. Let's go! Let's go. All we need is LeBron to yell at Mark. That's what we need. Love to see it. I mean, Sunday Lollipop, that's a fact. If it wasn't for Bronco, there would not be any live stream discussions going on to this day. And I stand by that. Hey, Toddy, chill out. What's up, Madison? What up? Who's the next straw hat to get a power up? I don't know. Probably Usopp. I'd love to see him gain another form of hockey. That'd be cool. Cosplay as Virgo for a referee. Put tape a bottle with the straw deal. Hey, get out of here, God to be seen. No. No, God to be seen. I really appreciate it, bro. I know. Oh, you were in my first 5 or 6 subs? I didn't know that. I thought you were a little higher up. I thought you were in the hundreds. I know for a fact Sunday Lollipop top 5. Top 3, actually. Sunday Lollipop is top 3 subscriber. That will never be taken from him. I know it's him and Tom. I don't remember the third. Jermaine. Cool. Jeez. Man, let's get gang in here. Let's get gang in here, shall we? Let's get gang in this bitch. That's my squad. That's my chick. If you ain't got no money, take your bloke ass home. Yeah, Tesla, I'm about 35 chapters away from Kingdom. Madison, you might have been in the top 10. Because I knew you before I started my channel. That might actually be true. Because I know you subscribed early, I just didn't know when. But you might not be bullshitting. You might not be bullshitting. You might be telling the truth. You know, you might not be bullshit. Oh man. Let's see what Big News is up to. Let's not give Toddy the link. A five. Let's see. Let's see. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Saying chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. With your mama on the side. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. With your mama on the side. And let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Ashkara. Ashkara. I let it rain. I clear I let it rain. I clear I let it rain. And clear I'm never, ever gonna watch Fruit Baskets. Never watching Fruit Baskets in my life. I'm just kidding. I won't say never. I won't say never. I won't say never. But, you know how it is. Oh, yeah, Virgo Terry, you got me fucked up. No, I ain't. No, I ain't. I'm dead sober, cuz. Yeah. Who that be? That big homie Vulture?
It's crack-a-lackin'.
What's happening, Vulture Valley?
Chilling and shit, man. How you doing today?
Shit, man, I'm doing great, to be honest. I'm in a very, very good mood. I finally got some free time. I'm just here to kick it with my niggas.
I need you to clarify something for me, Virgo, because for some reason I've always been confused on this. Are you a Milwaukee's Bucks fan because you're from Milwaukee, or are you a Bulls fan?
I'm a Bulls fan.
Okay, because I've heard both, and I was like...
I'm a Bulls fan. I don't know what the other fraudulent shit is. But,
ain't you from Milwaukee?
No.
Yo, I swear to God, someone told me you was from Milwaukee.
I live here now, but I'm not from here.
Okay.
I was born in Houston,
So where you
Texas.
from, Chicago?
Yep, I was born in Houston, Texas. Then I moved to Chicago. I grew up in Chicago. And then I moved to Milwaukee.
When you became a Bucks fan, a Bulls fan, like what did it for you? God damn it!
I became a Bulls fan at 7 years old.
Is there any particular reason? Like it was like a fucking memorable moment, or is just
my mother was obsessed with the Bulls, even as a jit. I love watching the Bulls.
Nice.
Then I didn't really know what was going on, but I knew they were awesome.
you just know they was the shit.
I knew they were cold.
Dubs.
Yeah, my mama ingrained that in me. She named me after his son, Marcus Jordan.
Oh shit, that's fire.
So like, yeah, it was big time Bulls fans, big time.
Got you. It wasn't nothing quite as magical, but I started off as a Celtics fan because I ain't really fuck with basketball at all for like a long time. And then one of my friends like convinced me to find one player to like and then the team and all that. And it was the year KG got traded to the Celtics.
That's
that
awesome.
year. And I went on the computer and it was like, oh shit, fucking KG, that nigga tall, because I played power forward in high school. So I was like, find me a power forward. Hell yeah. And that fucking hit the move. When I first like did the fucking drop step dunk, one of the best motherfucking days of my basketball career. Definitely.
Fire, bro. Right off the block.
Hell yeah. Big step, baby.
Yeah,
moving niggas all
elbows. You ready for the big time now.
Head man. So yeah. So KG was doing all that shit. I'm telling you, varsity was hype as fuck. I was like, I ain't dunk on nobody. I was sad. That's one of my regrets. But I got some dunks in the games, and I was definitely mid-range assassin because I was trying to model my game after KG and shit.
Fire, dog.
Hell yeah. But now I found my home, Clippers, all day, even though we lost this year.
No, the fraudulent Clippers.
Oh, not fraudulent, bro. Fucking Kawhi got hurt. Rondo was hurt. I forgot DeMarcus Cousins was on fucking team for half the fucking playoffs because that nigga was never there, bro. Serge Ibaka, Serge Ibaka would have changed that whole shit. That nigga, the stretch four, come on. Come on. But yeah, we got robbed this year. We're gonna be back though.
Nigga, they funny as hell. Bucks and 7, sure. East Blue Juice said Virgo from O Block.
Not the O Block.
I wouldn't say I'm from O Block. I didn't live in most gorgeous of areas.
Right. You just on the line.
Yeah.
Just towing the line. Got you.
What up, Toddy?
What's up?
What's going on, Toddy?
Nice shit. Waiting for y'all to get done talking about the NBA.
Damn, all right.
Well, all right then.
I've been boycotting that shit for a year.
You been boycotting the NBA?
Damn.
Yeah.
What they do to you?
Ever since they came out with that woke shit, bro, I can't watch it no more. Can't
The
support it.
woke. You don't support woke culture?
Hell no.
Oh, shit. Really?
Damn.
Hell no. I hate woke culture, especially the woke shit that has to do with black people.
You don't support it because you think they like bullshitting or they scamming people, or you think it's just all nonsense?
I feel like a lot of people with the woke shit, they think that they're doing a good thing. They think that they're being altruistic and everything like that, but it's really short-sighted and uninformed, and it misses the biggest issues facing black people. So while we're focusing on shit that
no one cares about black rights.
Say what?
I'm kidding.
Damn it, Virgo.
I'm kidding.
The irony is, as light-skinned as I am, and as white as my voice is, I am like...
You ain't niggas just as much as me? Yes, sir.
I'm so pro-black, it's crazy. Like, if y'all looked at my room in the Ghetto Reverie, I have my whole living room decked out in African, like, artwork and shit like that.
Cultural appropriation.
And I feel like there's some serious issues going on with the black community that hasn't got addressed for like 40 years. And now
what you saying is,
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
What's up, y'all? Be saying?
Hey,
what up, JR?
I just wanted to say, bro, I stepped in right as Toddy was saying something, bro, and I'm gonna just say he probably on to something, man. It's been a while that there's been a growing issue that's needing to be addressed on like how people present themselves, how we seen, bro. How we seen. That's the only way I can say it, bro.
For sure.
Nah, I agree, man. I agree.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, we do be looked at like coons, like JD.
Wait.
Hey, bro, don't be doing that to that man.
That nigga snuck that in there smooth as hell.
Yo,
hey, bro.
What happened? What is that? Butch, are you in the shower, bro?
That ain't me.
That is you.
Hey, bro. Whoever in there washing their ass, bro, get done with what you doing. If you want to look clean for the stream, bro, it's all good. But like, get cleaned up and then join.
Watch the booty nigga.
I know we got a lot of new niggas coming into the chat and shit, but you can't be jumping into the stream in the middle of band class and shit, niggas. All y'all sound like Senpai right now.
Hilarious.
That's funny, but
bro, that what it is. Somebody just driving home, or they trying to get to the liquor store just in time to get drunk enough to join this makeshift ghetto reverie, man.
That's facts. They had to get right real quick.
There was hey, bro, ghetto reverie. Oh no, I need to hit the liquor store. I'll be right. Matter of fact, I'll talk to you on the way. Let's do this.
But I'll be serious for a moment because I remember the very first ghetto reverie. We and towards the end of the stream, Toddy, if you remember, we were actually addressing some of these issues. When Hans was present, he was talking about how the black communities aren't giving. I think was it you talking about how like people weren't donating back to the black communities?
Yes.
I believe was you talking about that? And Hans said all they're gonna do is stupid shit.
Well, like after they get the money.
We're talking about reparations.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is my thing on that one, bro. Like.
Oh damn! Drop the mic. That's cool.
No, I thought he was going to say something, but we're talking about reparations and whether they're one worth it and one if they would do anything. And my position is no, they're not worth it at all.
They weren't worth it because there were niggas who finna to go out and ball out with it, right?
Well, I think there's a distinction between niggas that are still suffering from the sins of their fathers and niggas that are just black, because there's a distinction between a street nigga, a hood nigga, a nigga that grew up without a father in poverty, and all that, and a regular old black person that had two parents that live in Connecticut that talk like white people, that walk like white people, and
hold on, no.
But they all
I ain't gonna let that one slide, bro.
Hold up, bro.
No, hold up, y'all, Toddy, I ain't gonna let that one slide, bro, because you just like you misrepresented some shit, bro.
I kind of agree.
Like they ain't no, you just like, all right, this my thing. You misrepresented it, bro. What you trying to say? There's people that grew up with an ignorant mentality in a very harsh environment that breeds anger and ignorance, and then there's people that came up in a peaceful environment that breeds a certain culture of peaceful like things. I have a big issue when people address that as it's a race thing, bro. That's a culture.
It's not a race thing. That's where you see eye to eye then, because it's not. My thing is, it's not a race issue. It is a culture issue.
Is this still tied back to reparations, or is it something else?
Yeah, because all right, if we're gonna talk on that one, what I'm gonna say is, bro, I'm for that, but only actual descendants, bro. Like.
No, I'm not with any of
that shit. Nah, bro. I'm
not with any of it. You know why?
Somebody got to pay for it, bro. And at the end of the day, everybody know we all gonna pay for it, bro.
I'm not with the reparations at all, because the only thing a nigga would do with his reparations is buy a Cadillac.
Toddy, I'm telling you right now, put your hood back in the closet, Toddy.
Toddy,
what do you mean?
Toddy
be tripping, bro. But some of this shit he be saying, bro. Come on now.
You talking about 40% of 100% of niggas. So just because
no, not even that.
The actual number doesn't matter. I'm saying it's a majority. It's a piece.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the fuck you want, but there's still niggas who gonna turn the fuck up. Like you really think that if they give you some money, you gonna fuck that shit off? No. So you deserve it. You can do some shit with it, and you're a descendant of that.
Well, I'm not in the situation where I need the money.
It ain't about need, bro. It's not about need. You shouldn't.
Yeah, that ain't what it is.
It's doing good about yourself. You can do better with money. You can't tell me if I give you money is a bad thing, nigga. I'm giving you more resources to be even better, because you're good now. You're probably a respectable ass nigga. You can be even more if you get more money from the government.
Hey, but bro, I feel like if
we're gonna have this conversation, though, we got to give each other the floor to make these points too.
All right, hold on, bro. If we gonna go this route, now with everybody. I don't think that it should be like this country that pay it. I think it should go with, like, East India Company, the Dutch, the British, the one that brought all this over here. Because if you keep it real, this country did not start the shit. This country did not sell a majority of the ones that went back on the global trade, as far as like the people that we want to say in the Caribbean, in America, all that shit, bro. Like we gotta look at it as a whole now, because the ones that did start this shit started with them Arabs coming in there, like coming through and taking all kind of wealth from the people, bro.
Yeah.
The thing about it is that might be true, but I would take
a racist turn.
There's a couple of
no, bro. We talking about like the people that come and fucking conquer shit, bro.
I don't want to go too in depth because I know. Not everybody, people in the chat gonna be like, "Damn, y'all niggas woke." No, I'm stupid. But listen,
I do want to make my position clear at some point.
I'll let you have the floor right after me. There's an issue with reparations, and the only real issue is that fuck it, I'll say it. The problem is people be like, "Okay, we gave the niggas their money. All right, go back calling them niggas again."
Yeah, that is, bro. Virgo done said it all, bro.
Why would that be the next logical step for motherfuckers to do? Here's some money, now you a nigga
again? Because the ones that got it would be like,
in a perfect world, kumbaya, that ain't finna be the case.
Bro. Like,
there's gonna be somebody that has been like, you know what? We should never give them niggas. We should have never gave you niggas.
Won't do my legs, Tyler Murphy.
I do want to make my position clear real quick, and give me a second, because I know this is emotionally stimulating, but I don't want my point to get lost.
Open environment first and foremost.
So
hey, you gotta realize something, Toddy.
What's up?
I'm just saying, bro, before you say what you say, bro, just realize, bro, there's a lot tied to what you about to say based on who you is and the way it's going to be perceived, bro.
I mean,
say what you got to say, but know that I'm not going to take it wrong, bro, but no, somebody going to take it wrong, bro.
Audience? Because this is my audience, and my audience is not a bunch of dummies. I know that for a fact. So,
yeah, you know what, I'm with you on that one, bro. I'm with you on that.
Before Toddy say what he say, I know for a fact that no matter if they disagree with what Toddy says, Toddy's not going to get fucking blacklisted for what he says. Like,
oh no!
Hey, I can see that.
Shit. And like, there might be some people that get angry. That's fine, but when I speak about these kinds of things,
die every day, B.
So my thing about reparations is two things. One, it avoids some of the people in the community that need help, which are non-black people in the hood. Because if you are in the streets, and I mean like the gutter, and like I've been a street nigga, like contrary to popular belief, I've been a street nigga. I've seen death. I've seen horrible shit. There are white people that were born and raised in the streets that are more hood than anybody you fucking know. The scariest nigga I ever met in my life was a white dude named Josh who had 4 teardrops under his eye. I watched that nigga like... I don't want to tell y'all some stories, but he just did horrible shit, and there's plenty of white people that are suffering in these hoods just like just anybody else, and reparations would ignore them. And second, the point of reparations is to uplift people out of these conditions. If that's the purpose, then reparations is not the way to go. Because part of the issue in the worst of our communities is that we were never taught money management at all. There are some very simple concepts that a lot of well-off kids are taught. Things like savings, things like investments, things like paying yourself first.
Generational wealth, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now.
They don't have the tools. They don't have the tools to utilize that. So if they were given a large sum of money,
Toddy, you understand what generational wealth is, correct?
Yes.
All right. You understand that due to multiple systems throughout the time in this country, generational wealth has not passed on like it should in certain individual communities outside of a majority of other communities. That's what they're trying to address. The problem is they think they can address it by stimulating it with a single thing. I get where you're coming from, but you gotta get what they're trying to address with what they're doing, bro.
But you gotta understand that generational wealth is more of a philosophy than an actual physical.
The fuck it is, bro.
And
generational wealth is teaching your kids how to invest, how to save, how to put money back, how not to spend the entirety of your paycheck.
No, see that's that shit that separates.
Unless you think that generational wealth is a connotative and denotative meaning, that's the only way, because there's no such thing as that, because generational wealth sometimes has to just do with circumstance, happenstance. It is what it is.
And not all rich people, not all rich people, most rich people actually, a vast majority of rich people aren't rich because their parents gave them a large sum of money. They're rich because they were brought up. They were brought up with certain personality traits like conscientiousness.
I love to see the numbers.
No, bro. When I talk about generational wealth,
I think it's like something like 60 or 70% of people are self-made millionaires.
It is passing on access and connections along with actual money.
Right.
If you just have money,
see, this is my thing.
Money at a bigger level.
If you have a large sum of money and you don't know what to do with it, then you will run through that money. That's why you see all these people that win the lottery and are broke within 5 years. That's why you see all these athletes that become millionaires broke as fuck and working at Dollar General within 5 years. If you don't have the tools to manage money, you cannot keep money. So the problem is we have to teach our communities.
Hold up. They got economics in high school, bruh. They teach you about what money is and what money does, and if your ass go to the store and know how to buy your ass some groceries, you can't complain to no fucking
What schools, nigga? Not in these hood schools.
Yeah, not even
in these street schools,
hey,
niggas
bro,
ain't
in
even
the
going
streets,
to
you
school.
telling me you don't know how to flip, you don't know how to learn, you don't know how to earn, bruh. The problem is they got the bad examples of blow that motherfucking shit.
But
Hey, hold up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Vulture. I have the floor. Go ahead.
Cool. Oh yeah, I want to address what Toddy was saying about the reparations and how you had said that the purpose of the reparations was to like bring out the lower tier of the classes of like of black people up, and I don't think that would be like the kind of best way to go about that. If you're trying to make black people as a whole better, you would really want to beef up the middle class. That's why I think everyone should get it, not just someone that's like in a really bad situation or living under the poverty line. Because the way you get infrastructure better for black people as a whole is to get multiple levels of people in a better position financially, and like you said, teaching people how to manage money is a big part of it. But they have to have the money to manage, and some people are just gonna fucking run with that shit. And like you said, some people are gonna fall off. But at the end of the day, you got to give them a chance and a choice, because that's what money is. It's the ability to have options.
Exactly.
But you cannot give the money out indiscriminately. You cannot.
If your mantra about what the country is freedom of choice and free market and all this shit, you can't just extrapolate what you think people are going to do and then negate the chance to let them live freely as American citizens. That's what you're doing. You're looking at it glass half full, and you're thinking that's the right way to go about it. Yes, you probably have.
I didn't even tell you what I thought the right way to go about it was.
You said you don't agree with reparations, so the way you're going about it is they shouldn't get it, right?
I don't think reparations should come in the form of putting money into people's pockets, because I think the goal that's trying to be reached with that will not be reached that way. Rather, reparations should come in the form of investing in infrastructure and bringing these.
See, Toddy, I think that's where you're getting it wrong, bro. I don't think that's the goal.
Yeah, you gotta let the man finish, because he didn't even get out what he thought all the way.
I get what he's saying, but I'm just saying, like, bro, he's misinterpreting the goal of it. Isn't about lifting up a certain group. It's about making right all the wrongs over the time.
That is nonsense. That is nonsense, because I thought that was how it was being presented, bro. Like, that's how it's being presented. So are not in poverty at all. The vast majority of our president was fucking black. Like, I know a ton of self-made millionaires that are black. These motherfuckers do not need reparations. They are not paying for the sins of their father. They are not suffering at the hands of racism. See,
that's what it is, bro. That's what it boils down to.
I think a lot of black people are forgetting, like, how we were raised about, like, being a man and being strong and not being a fucking pussy. And stop bitching and crying about some shit that they ain't worrying about. Like, there's something about society today where motherfuckers want to be victims. They want to be victims and want people to feel sorry for them. But if you are not in the streets, if you have not seen death, if half your family members are not addicted to drugs right now, if you don't have a family member that was shot within the last 6 months, then you are not suffering like the lowest of us at all. And you need to stop fucking bitching about racism, because you are not one of the black people that are still suffering from redlining and shit.
You're making this whole thing a struggle Olympics, and you're dividing.
Yeah, bro, that's a class thing, bro.
Just because other people suffer more doesn't mean the people who suffer less don't deserve shit as well. You can
that's the thing. That's the problem. Is though when you take the mantra that I suffer because I am black. For one thing, you're being a pussy ass nigga, and for another thing, you're neglecting every other person that is not black that suffers as well. Because there are white people in these communities that suffer way more than black people.
But there are Asian people that still be, but it's not because of institutional racism that they're suffering. It's other reasons.
So are we divvying it up 50-50? What are we doing there?
Hold up. This is my thing. Like,
all y'all can continue. Y'all can keep going. One, Toddy, where you stand? Northern U.S., right?
Yeah, man.
I stand in the South. Don't say that dumb shit no more. Y'all can continue. I stand in the South. I know how it is. Don't say if you all that stuff how you just said. I don't need to reiterate it for everybody. But y'all get just the way he's saying.
Before he continues, I want to say right here, first and foremost, different strokes for different folks. This is his opinion. This is where he grew up, and this is what his knowledge that he's attained over his time. It's different for different folks. We may not agree, but maybe he thinks he's seen so much shit, and he knows so much shit that went down with him in his life. That's how he feels it. And the reason why I can see it, because guess what? A part of his shit I fucking agree with. Because I grew up in a household where financial management was piss poor. And I developed that throughout my life. Which put me in terrible situations.
Hey, hold up. Well. Y'all don't understand what this man's talking about. I'm from the South, too. I'm going to tell you like this, bro. There's a town over from me, bro. They literally still have it on the fucking signs right there. It say the white folk projects and then the color folk projects or the black projects. Mm-hmm. It don't fucking say nothing different, all right? And you go one town over from that. I went to this fucking high school that my granddaddy went to. In the back of the fucking high school, they still got the fucking fountains that still got white and colored at the back, and all they did was fucking paint over the fucking signs, bro. You can still read that shit through the paint. Don't sit here and act like that shit ain't still fucking here, bro. It's bad down here in the South, bro.
Let me 100% know that shit been there. I know that shit gonna know that. I agree. That's why I say you don't have to wholeheartedly agree with him, but there are points that he's making that make sense.
There's a spectrum to this, right? It's definitely there. And I'm from California, but I went to school in the South, so I know both, right? Mm-hmm. And there's people who really do get affected by this, and there's at the same time in the South and other places there are people who make excuses.
That was my whole point.
And we all know people like that who blatantly abuse the system. And there's people that's actually trying who fucked up when they was young, and now they can't do something because they fucked up, right? And the system ain't helping.
Oh yeah, bro. And like then, that's one thing I agree with.
Let me finish. And then there's people.
I'm just agreeing with you, bro. I'm just agreeing.
There's people who made it out the system, and we all know people like that. Whether it's sports, whether it's school, whether they did what they had to do, and they called them lame.
Couple young niggas right here.
We all know people like this, right?
Hey, bro, I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
And that was my whole point, and that's why I said you guys got to be careful about cutting people off or not getting too emotionally charged when we're discussing this, because I specifically said, I said at the start of it that there was a distinction between people. I said that there was a distinction between people that are truly feeling the effects of it and people that are not. And we cannot lump every single person with dark skin.
Well, hold on. Well, Toddy, I'm going to agree with reparations because I believe that there's some white folk that need reparations too, because they was slaves as well. So, like, I don't think that just because you say reparations, you specifically targeting black people. If they talking about reparations, they talking about anybody that was ever enslaved, ain't it?
Yeah, they're talking about any person in America of that descent. But here's the thing: like, if y'all think about it, in like if this was a gang or fucking mob, bro, and they're trying to give the fucking mob $2 million, y'all trying to say that only the motherfucking niggas who's out in the street shooting and shit should be getting the money because they was losing limbs, getting shot and shit, and y'all trying to block $2 million from the whole game just because you feel like we the same.
I'm not saying that at all.
So it's like if y'all niggas just take the $2 million, give it to the niggas who been living good and know how to fucking manage money, because that's how you live good. You manage money. So you let them do the shit, and we actually come together as a people instead of trying to decide who is more deserving of it, who the fuck got whipped harder. Fuck that shit, nigga. If we're together as a people, all that who got hurt more doesn't matter. Try to get what you're saying. What I'm saying doesn't negate what you're saying. Could have some truth to it, but the whole overall will be a little higher on the step. No matter what the fuck happens, we're gonna be up. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason to be trying to decide if certain niggas give it, and then we'll do with it what we will after that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think they understand.
Hey, bro, I got a question, man.
Wait, guys, let me say something. So, well, since like I'm not the only one who's African American. I'm Mexican American, so like I agree. Well, most of the points Toddy makes, because like, you know, with the whole money situation, you get to the right people, because for personal experience, like for example, look at the stimulus check that we got in March or April, whenever you got it. I have friends of mine in college. Two friends of mine, one who's like very smart and knows how to use the system very well, and the other was just stupid in general. So if you give the money to the right people, one's gonna obviously know how to use the money because one, he's not fucking stupid, while the other one doesn't give a shit about the consequences or doesn't give a crap about anything but himself. He's gonna waste his money on like Jordans or where the fuck he's gonna spend it on.
What's up, JD?
But
exactly.
Why is it always JD?
Exactly.
But wait, hold on.
Sorry, bro. Go ahead.
We gotta let each other talk because this is on such a deep concept.
That was to myself. My bad, y'all. That was to myself.
Wait, hold on. But back to the whole the whole stuff. I'm from the South, but like I'm close. I live close to the border, and like for me as a Mexican, like I see things kind of similar. What you guys have seen. But not as quite similar because everywhere I go, I always see homeless people who are veterans and who are Mexicans like me on the streets in a wheelchair, crippled and desperate for money. And sometimes I want to give them money, but at the same time I can't because every time I give someone money, I feel like they're gonna use it to buy cigarettes, beer, or any unnecessary items that they don't need.
All right, I'm gonna
tell you this as a veteran, bro. I'm just saying.
I need to say something. Yo, let me just say one thing. Your worry is that person will make a bad choice in your eyes of their life, which you are not living. If you have never lived on the street, you do not know how difficult that is, and you do not know what a cigarette and a drink means when you have to sleep on the cold fucking floor. And I am not saying that they are helping themselves by doing the things they do, but it is their choice for how they want to survive. And if you feel bad in case they might do something you don't like for their life you're not living, then you are not being selfless and giving money. You are feeling like they have to follow your path and they are living a different life. And that is something I feel so passionate about when it comes to especially people who don't belong in the street, like veterans. Like, yes, they might have a drink with that money, but some of that money might go on food. Some of that money might go on shelter. And you don't know. You don't know them. You don't know what it is to sleep sober on the fucking street, and it sucks. Sorry, I did.
I agree with you. I'm gonna tell you this, right? I'm a disabled vet, right? I know that there is access to a lot of programs. There's access to a lot of fun. There's access to a lot of stuff, right? A lot of people, though, because of the shit they dealing with, they live the way they want to live because it helps them deal mentally with the situation that they're fucking dealing with. And at the end of the day, bro, you don't need to worry about what they do with what you give them because your actions should not be affected by another person's actions. When you do something, it should be from the good of your heart, not because you expecting something from that.
There was something my mother told me a long time ago. Because I used to have I used to have those reserves as well. And she told me that a long time ago. She goes, listen, that may be so, but once you give them the money, that's out of your hands. You making the conscious choice to give it to them, regardless of what their choices they're gonna make.
Yeah, God said, "Give, not judge, bro."
I want to. Well, I'm not judging, and for the record, JR,
this is the thing. Like,
I'm going to put my foot down because I've been stopping every time you guys cut me off, and I think it's clearly evident that people aren't understanding what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I'm just going to muscle through this. As far as the homeless situation goes, I'm with JR, not out of judgmentalism, but out of true altruism, which is truly wanting the best for these people. And by and giving these people money sometimes actually enables them to continue with the life choices that they're making to stay in the position that they are. One of my favorite psychologists once said that a lot of times if you have a bad frame of mind, one needs to truly hit rock bottom in order to realize what's important and change their lives. So by giving money to somebody outside of a liquor store that's homeless, knowing he's just going to go buy liquor is not truly helping them. I'm doing that more. I'm giving him more money, more so I feel good rather than for him. Because I'm just enabling him to continue in the behavior that got him there in the first place. And as far as reparations go, I never said that I'm all for giving money to specific people or specific classes. Okay. No, I said if we are going to do reparations, it needs to come in the form of bringing our communities out of this third world, I don't know where. I know y'all are black, but I don't know if y'all are in the streets. But if you have a ghetto in your city, ride through it. The infrastructure is shit. The streets are shit. Man. Sidewalks are shit. Schools look like fucking shit. It is dangerous. There's no cops anywhere. It is a fucking war zone. Reparations, if there are any, need to be invested into these communities to bring them up, to provide jobs, to invest in educational systems, to teach people that you can make money without selling drugs. You can make money without running licks on niggas. You can fucking be somebody. That's if you want to.
Hey,
so
bro,
no reparations for individuals. Reparations for
I believe
that
shit if motherfuckers didn't play the system hard, bro. You got to understand something. People a long time ago forgot the fact that they could vote a motherfucker out of office and change what the fuck they do and the actions that they got them taking.
Well, that's the problem.
So for years, they done entrenched but they done entrenched like Toddy, let me finish, bro. They done entrenched themselves in positions and passed so many laws that it's kind of hard that even when you move these people out of position, you're going to have to deregulate, if you will, the bullshit of life that they've put as like, oh, you got to live this certain fucking way under these certain fucking.
Yeah. Well,
so it's like we got a long way to go outside of just pushing these people out, bro.
Let me go. Education that Toddy was talking about.
Hold on. I want to. So
I want to go. What the fuck?
Let that man go, bro. I'm gonna shut up. Let that man go.
What I'm saying is, right,
the big news ain't
these niggas not dumb. The people that y'all talking about who live in the trenches, they're not dumb. They know exactly what they're doing. It may not seem cool, it may not seem fun, but if like I said, we all know these people. And we can talk to them and say, why don't you go to school? That ain't for me. So when you give them money, which I believe everybody should get money, right? If you're doing it, you don't pick and choose. You put it out and they give it out.
We just got done doing that with the stimulus.
Let me finish. Some of those people gonna make them bad decisions, and that's on them. But the people who make the decisions, what do? They leave. They go to different neighborhoods. That's the problem.
Hey,
right. And we had this social experiment recently with these stimulus checks. The entire country got several $1,000s, and you can see the difference between people that were raised knowing financial education and those that are not. And you guys might think that giving money to everybody is going to help them, but it hasn't. I know a ton of people with a stimulus check that chose to just stay unemployed for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Their money ran out, and now they're in a worse position than they were in, because now they have a huge gap in their employment, and they're also feeling horrible that they had all this money and they gave it away. So now they're hating themselves and everything.
That's a cultural thing.
So the idea of just giving every single black person, especially by the color of their skin, which pisses me off, because it doesn't take into account every other motherfucker that's suffering in the hood that's not black.
Yeah.
But the idea of giving people just money off the basis of their skin for the sins of their father is absolutely ridiculous, because suffering in this country right now is not from the sins of the father. It's from the difference in cultures. We have two distinct cultures in the United States. And if you were born and raised in a specific culture, then you are primed to suffer. Not if you have black skin.
I don't believe
you are not going to suffer
because you got somebody that was what's that boy name?
One at a time.
Wait. So let me.
Toddy, hold up. Because you had in old Trump's office, which everybody know. I ain't gonna get in there, but you had a black man that literally came up from the fucking hood, literally reading books in his goddamn closet, so that he would commit some drive-bys. He made it to the fucking cabinet of a president, regardless of whatever political beliefs, right? But this man's a recognized neurosurgeon around the fucking world, bro, and he came up from some shit like that. So you ain't gonna sit here and tell me that that's 100% like, oh, you come up in some shit. Just because you come up in that shit, you can't come up from that, or you gonna make these certain type of choices.
Now, I don't think that.
I don't think that culture is 100% behind it. I still think it's a lot to do with what the fuck you taught inside the family, bro. And a lot of this shit spilling from people ain't got somebody there to like raise them right, bro. And they get raised by the streets. And the problem is we ain't addressing that shit.
Exactly. Why do you? Okay, this is what I mean.
Can I step in here, Toddy?
Because you are agreeing with me 100%.
I know, but Toddy, I have something to support what both of you just said because I need you guys to listen. You know, everyone's so focused. Yeah, it's me.
What's up,
JD, bro? Hey, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, before you start in, bro. Big fan, man. Props, bro. Like you and Virgo and the Henny Cool shit, bro. Like you the reason I thought it was alright to kind of talk to niggas in the hood and be alright being me about One Piece, man.
Hey, bro. I appreciate it, bro. Hey, don't let niggas ever come at you for that.
Yeah. Nah, so what I want to mention is a lot of people are hooked up on the word money, and I think we're actually misunderstanding that money is not what they need. If you look at what really disenfranchised black people, especially after slavery, is that we were owed land. You don't need money. You need land. You need infrastructure. Like you were mentioning, it starts at the home. You can give an idiot money, he'll just be an idiot with fucking money. So let's not worry about money. What you need to worry about is a community that we can build around black people where we start, building the next generation to make smarter decisions. Exactly.
Like
so all this money shit was
Black Wall Street, and they got rid of Black Wall Street.
Yeah, exactly. But now they're not going to do that shit as openly as they did before. So
I agree.
So
go ahead.
So my point is like what Toddy is saying is build better neighborhoods. If we want reparations, let's start building black neighborhoods with black
Mexican neighborhoods,
black schools. Yeah, I understand, but
let's talk about black banks, bro. Get Oprah and LeBron and the rest of them to start doing micro loans in the motherfucking areas and start helping them get shit. I agree.
Let us finish, guys.
For any good community, you need a bank, you need a hospital, you need a grocery store for food, and you need education. Those are the things that
and opportunities for employment.
So school and library. Well, here's the thing with those four
religion as well. I agree.
With those four things, I'm religious, but I don't want to assume everyone's religious. These are things. You can employ the community with all of those. So there's employment there. You have the education, you have the money, you have the loans, you have a lack of the bullshit. You basically have a community for minorities that can build themselves up. So if you want real reparations.
You need water and electricity too, though.
Yeah, you need land grants. Yeah.
I mean, but at the same time, JD, it may sound that simple, but without leadership, you ain't got none of that shit.
I understand. Obviously, we're not getting into the nuances and specifics of how all this will work. We're just thinking we're laying out the general outline of what would really uplift black people.
You're cutting me off, Toddy. What I'm saying is every city has that, right? Yeah. And not even if you do get land. What about the people on the bottom that say these niggas acting different?
And that brings me to my next point. Is that I think the biggest issue facing, and I'm going to keep on nailing this home to you guys understand this too. There's a distinction between two cultures in America. There's the American culture and the hood nigga culture. And any time in the past when another country has taken over another country, the first thing they do is they reprint them niggas' monies. They force religion on them. They try to integrate their culture into their own culture because they have known from history that two cultures living in the same area never work out. So a lot of people are not racist. A lot of people that think they're racist aren't racist. They just don't like hood niggas. And I'll tell you what, I don't like hood niggas either. I think the only thing worse than a nigga is another nigga, and that's because.
Oh my God! Hey, bro, this man quoting Kevin Gates, so y'all don't hate on him too much. But at the same time, bro, the fact that it came out his mouth.
He's calling up the ruckus.
Yo, honestly, no, I'm not talking about black people in general. You gotta understand, I am a street nigga.
I know what you mean by
it. But I get where you come from, Shotty, but you gotta realize some shit.
Listen, I have seen motherfuckers lay up under cars waiting for motherfuckers to come out. I've seen niggas beat the fuck out of motherfucker for their shoes. I've seen motherfuckers walk into a house, put everybody on the fucking ground. I've seen all this shit. So the thing is, another thing that needs addressed in this country is this second culture that is at odds with American culture. And until that culture can be more integrated into normal culture, there will always be this distinction. And also there's problems with that culture. There's problems with that culture There's problems with that culture that enable these people to never get out of the situation. They have no fathers. They have no positive role models. They have no education system. They don't value jobs. They don't even seek jobs. They don't have a bank account. They don't even trust the banks. They don't go to the hospital. There's shit wrong with that culture that needs to change. And our focus is really going to, if we're going to take care of the biggest plights in black people, we need to focus on changing that culture and that mindset rather than just giving random people money.
Hold on, Teddy.
Really?
I want to respond to your point real quick. So when you said like two cultures that never work out, I feel that because that happened to me when I was like around, like when I was in high school. So like in my area, where I live close to the border. I'm a Mexican, and all around me is full of Mexicans and and immigrants, all that stuff. But occasionally I get like some few different cultures.
Damn.
And I get some few different cultures here and there. But in like when I was in high school, I had a Cuban neighbor, and boy, they were very racist towards like my people, my Mexican people, and they were saying like all these Mexicans are, they're all the same thing, and like they're all very, heavy, or they don't never understand like the education, like we do, and it kind of pisses me off at times, because of how they are, and where I live, Toddy, because I'm not black, but I can relate to how you guys feel about it, because when in my neighborhood, everywhere I go, every time I pass through like other neighborhoods, it's almost similar to worse than how black people live, because like my people, Mexicans, we live in these rural houses, like who live in the middle of nowhere, who live with no power, no water, no good food that we like eat, like food that has been made for like a year or two, houses that look like damned, and rooftops are leaking, and it's just sometimes I feel sad because they're my people, and they need help. They don't need to live like this. They need to live somewhere more safe, more comfortable, and the kids that go there, they're always like in the they're always in their bikes, cruising around, just trying to look for someone to beat up with, and kind of hurts me because like every time I see them, like I always wonder, like they need like some sort of motivation or education in their lives, because I don't want
the problem is fathers, the lack of fathers. Any community that has a lack of fathers is going to suffer.
If you want to, that's a big conversation, because I agree with that 1,000,000,000%, but I don't think people are ready to have that conversation. I don't think they're ready for that.
I disagree, Jay. I think people want to have that conversation. It's just nobody wants to be the one to bring it up because everybody's scared of being fucking canceled nowadays.
That's what I agree 100%. But I'm not. I'm not scared. I'll say it.
I'm not.
All right, well, say what you got to say. Hold on. I want everybody to just kind of like go round table on this bitch, one at a time. Everybody say what you got to say about dad in the household, because I still want to see C-Stone. I know what the fuck. I really want to hear your perspective on this shit. I want to hear everybody's fucking word.
I was saying you're not the nigga to say.
I go after Jay. Jay can go first, I guess.
I want to go last because I want to hear everybody's perspective. Honestly, I don't even want to say nothing. I just want to hear this. Like, how y'all really feel about a man in the household?
So Sage, you said you're about to go?
Get it, girl.
Yeah, I had some really important stuff about, you were talking about land, so I'll go back to that quickly and then end off with the father figure issue. So are you guys aware of a village called Seneca Village?
Nope.
No.
Is that
right.
That's not by St. Croix.
I am so sorry that it has to be today that you find out that there was a place called Seneca Village, and that was a mostly African American land-owning town in Manhattan. And in Manhattan, this place called Seneca Village was 5 acres owned by 3 black people in 1825, and they were landowners, and they had their land, and that place is now Central Park. That place was destroyed to make Central Park. So your land was taken from you. There are so many places where the graves of of your people have been flooded for holiday lakes, and the land was ripped away from them just after freedom, and it is disgraceful, and that is something that needs to be repaid for.
That's
the fact
real
that slavery happened, but the land cannot be forgotten. The fact that these people were forced from their homes once they were told they were free to make way for parks and holiday places is disgraceful. It must be acknowledged, and the graves must be reclaimed, and these sites must no longer be used as they are. It is a disgrace to America. These are not one or two places. There are tens of places. We are talking thousands of people whose homes were destroyed. We are talking about over 50 places that were full, thriving communities that had churches and schools and hospitals that were taken from the people who lived there for no reason.
Yeah, that's also similar to the...
And that land point is important. Land point is something that can be given in America. That is something that can be acknowledged. And when it goes back to the father issues, the thing about father issues in Black culture is we as women assume that we can hold the role of a man and a woman as a single mother, and that is naive. A woman is not a man. A woman does not know how to control male anger. A woman does not know how to teach another man to control emotion. And emotional management is something that our children must learn from us, and we do not know how to do that. We do not experience male perspective. We do not know what it is to look at another person and feel that way. It is not something that a woman knows. You cannot teach a man to be a man if you are a woman. You cannot. You can advise them on how to be to women from your perspective, but you could never teach them what it is to be a man. You could never. And there are so few male teachers that we do not even have positive male role models out of the family home to secure the image of what a positive male role model is. And the male role models in Black culture these days are rappers and sports players, which is not all positive when it comes to showing realistic financial investment, when it comes to showing realistic goals, when it comes to showing what your life could be like if you worked hard for yourself, and what self-love is, and what it is to care for yourself, and what level is narcissist and what level is absolutely self-preservation and completely admirable. And because we do not show these things, and the models that are allowed to be shown are chosen by white media, we are getting a complete skewed perspective of what a male should be.
I'm about to catch the
the family courts are fucked. Don't believe in men. Fuck them. Okay, I'm done.
I love how when Sage says...
No, come on, that was fire.
Jim Bass.
I love how when Sage says the shit that I say, everybody's like, wage.
Respect.
But when I say it, I'm racist.
So first of all, Toddy, that's not true, because there are niggas in the chat that have been on your back.
Hey, Toddy, you ain't a liberal white lady. You don't get away with it.
Toddy. First of all, I'm mad. Hold on, my turn. I'm mad you did that because there are niggas that
somebody clip that, please.
I said, but shit out you for saying that. Second of all,
somebody clip that.
What'd you say, Virgo? I didn't hear you.
I said, there are niggas myself who have been with you in some of your points, so don't say that. That's cap. Second of all,
thank you. I thought I was.
Second,
Toddy,
you ain't alone, bro.
I personally resonate with that because growing up in a single mother household, that is a fact. She wanted to be mom and dad. She wanted to celebrate Father's Mother's Day with me. There are things she could not be there for that I did not understand. What made it worse, when I was 18 years old, I found out my father lived 30 minutes away from me and chose not to give me some of those things that I could have used throughout my lifetime, that I could have had better judgment, that I could have thought towards the future in a better way, that I could have been more financially stable going on when I was in my 20s. But I did not get that from my mother because she couldn't. She had a lot on her plate. Because she also had a little sister who she had to tend to and show her how to be a woman. She didn't have time to show me how to be a real man like that. And it just is what it is. You need that other person. It is what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
You did, and this is not theory either. This is backed up statistically.
That's right.
Anybody that's brought up without a father specifically is something like 300% more likely to commit crimes. And the basis of this is not only what Sage said, but to expound on it. a woman and a man are psychologically different. A woman is more prone to be emotional based and provide that comfort and love and everything like that. They're not supposed to. They're not supposed to take on the role of disciplining and upbringing and giving a rigid schedule to a young man. And you can see this reflected in black people, not just in the hood, but a lot of us that were raised by a single father have emotion regulation problems. We get angry like a motherfucker. We want to fight another nigga who's respecting us rather than talking to us. And these kinds of things are, you know, a consequence of not having a male structure. And like the role models thing. The fact is, like, I love rap music, and we're old enough to distinguish between what's okay and what's not in rap. But think about it. If you're 8 years old in the hood and the only male influence you got is some street nigga talking about killing, money, bling, 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 then that's going to have an effect on what you prioritize as you grow up. So you're not going to want a job. You're not going to want to work for yourself. You're not going to want to pick yourself up from the bootstraps. You're going to want to emulate the only males in your vicinity, which are rap niggas and drug dealers, and it's not good.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna expound on what Toddy talking about when it comes to like that music shit and like what you listen to and all that kind of shit. Cause like you think 3 6 Mafia tear the club up, right? Motherfucker, you was wildin' when that shit used to pop. You think when Luda got down, dropped, throw them bows, you literally had motherfucker elbowing motherfuckers in the club. And like, move, bitch, get out the way, bro. I remember like bitches actually getting mushed in the goddamn club when that shit dropped. Like
that Boondock scene, bitch flying across.
Yeah, but like what killed me, bro, is like you got people now that goddamn that jump off on that shit. Like Future literally got a verse talking about, hey, bro, when I drop a mixtape, the murder rate jump. The murder rate. And like bragging, like he bragging on the fact that he can get motherfuckers to wild and kill each other. Like that wasn't the kind of, like Tupac was rapping about like damn mama and shit. He wasn't about like, hey, do this shit. When Bone Thugs was dropping that shit, like, hey, this for the streets, don't be like me. If I could, you know what I'm saying? If I could be a thug, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, what happened to Trick Daddy talking about, bro? Like, why I can't be a thug by I mean, that's Jadakiss, my bad. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of shit that like in a lot of shit in the industry, bro. The shit is pushed. It's not the lifestyle that we want to fucking encourage, but we live a lot of the dream, bro. Like, look at the motherfucking movies, bro. Motherfucker want to really live that Scarface lifestyle, do that motherfucking pile on the table, like. But at the same time, they don't think about what come behind really living that life. Like, everybody want to live that life, but nobody want to fucking die, bro. Everybody scared of fucking walls, like.
Everybody want to be a nigga, nobody want to be.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is.
Everybody want to be
nigga. And that's my problem with this woke shit and this pity me soft nigga shit that's going on with the black community too. Is that by focusing on these invisible boogeymen like racism and shit like that? I agree. We suffer from the echoes of racism, but racism hasn't been an issue for the last 40 years. I have fucked more white women than any white man I ever known. But like racism is not.
You didn't even need to say. You better flex now.
I don't think that was relevant.
It just goes to show that racism isn't alive.
I'm just saying, Toddy.
But when we focus, hold on. Let me finish this point real quick. When we focus on these invisible boogeymen, we neglect the true issues facing us, which I think primarily stems from the lack of fathers. And then Light Ruler asked a question in chat as to why I think this is the case. I genuinely think this is the case is because of racism, specifically in the 60s and 70s with redlining and also the crack epidemic and the harsh stance we put on crack. What that created was we sent a shitload of black people to prisons. And what happens in any society when you have an imbalance between females and males is that males no longer have to compete for women. There are simply too many women. So so when you have that dynamic, women are willing to lay and have babies with low value men, extremely low value men. And because they no longer have to compete once they have that kid, they are not encouraged to stay with their partner because they can get pussy anywhere near them. They don't have to compete for the pussy or whatever.
Hold on,
so what we created was this cycle. Now this is evolved out of racism.
Hold on,
now
Toddy, before you
hold on,
keep
nigga.
going, bro.
Before you interrupt.
You keep talking about that shit, bro.
Nick,
you saying that choice right there comes from this, right? You say that choice comes from this. I understand that. But
man,
bro,
you're just gonna force.
Never mind.
Go
ahead, bro. Just go ahead. Just go ahead.
Let him finish, bro.
I know. I'm backing off, bro.
So the problem is we've evolved, even though that was brought out of redlining and the drug policies, what we have is this cycle that we are trapped in right now, where the cycle of a young black man is to be raised by a woman with no role models. Your role models is to be a street nigga. You grow up, you be a street nigga. You have a baby. You get arrested. You don't care about that baby anymore. And then that baby goes through the same fucking process, and the cycle just repeats itself over and over and over. And I think that until that issue is addressed, and we get black men, first of all, out of this mentality where they're going to commit crimes, and start making them prioritize being a father, because you're not going to prioritize being a father most likely if you weren't also raised by a father. Until we fix that issue, we're just going to be stuck in this cycle. So,
you done?
Yeah, that was rude, but go ahead.
I'm not trying to interrupt.
Hilarious.
Can I?
All right, but Toddy, you finished, man.
Can I add
Said he
something?
was finished.
A little
All
bit.
right. Can I go, man? Because I sat back for a minute now. I want to try and interrupt, but like, what I'm trying to say is you have this idea, right? That in your head, because motherfuckers are raised in this environment or that environment, they're exposed to this shit, they're exposed to that shit. I don't think that that's what the fucking issue is. At the end of the day, it's encouragement, right? Knowledge and encouragement. I think that in the system that we have, if you went to a school, right, and every day they encourage you that if you get this knowledge, we'll supply you with this. All right? We don't have a reward system for gaining knowledge because we think we do until we get into college. And then we get this fucking idea that if I get this degree, I'll get this and I'll get that. And then you get into the real world and you find out that they sold you a lie and they sold you a dream. They disincentivized you at the back end. They incentivized you all the way up until it was time for them to pay on their fucking part. Mm-hmm. So I think that the idea and the concept of the system that we have is the fucking issue. I don't think it's fucking race. I don't think it's fucking finance. At the end of the day, I think it's the people that are managing the shit that we have, the systems that we put in place to manage the shit that we have, and then the fact that we go through this fucking system every fucking day, knowing good and goddamn well we could change some shit, but nobody really knows how because they blocked our fucking access to information by putting everybody on something digital and nobody going out and physically learning shit anymore. But that's just me.
How's that disagreeing with me? I
disagree with the fact that you think that women are sitting here raising these motherfucking boys to be thugs and exposing them to this shit, and I don't think that that's exactly going on. Like, I think the way that you presenting it is that a woman is out there trying to raise a man to be a fucking man, and then the streets fucking take him sometimes. And I think that you, never mind. I'm a little drunk, bro. Y'all had to forgive me. I'm fucking lost, man.
I have another thing.
Like, bro, I went from drinking fucking gin and rum to goddamn whiskey and
it's cool, but listen.
I gotta address the chat nigga real quick. I gotta address the chat real quick. I gotta address the chat nigga. Somebody said.
Toddy, before
hold on. They said something.
Hold on. I'm gonna just say I'm defending you, bitch. I'm saying you didn't say that. There you go. All yours.
And it's Virgo's fucking channel at the end of the day, Toddy.
I want to address the chat nigga in a second.
Go ahead, nigga.
Just real quick. Somebody said I'm literally bringing up stereotypes and giving it credence. Honestly, if you seen what I seen, you can suck my fucking dick, nigga, because I seen what the streets look like.
Okay,
and you obviously haven't. If you're talking about these are stereotypes, motherfucker, come to the fucking hood for real.
Ain't it?
Because this is real life out here. So watch your motherfucking mouth. You're probably 17 and don't know what the fuck you're talking about, nigga. We suffer.
Toddy, so let me back you up on something that I think a lot of people don't understand. I don't think you got something to say, Sage?
Yeah, we were talking about women, and I have some points to make about women. Women aren't held accountable in our society.
Ooh.
So
women
Sage,
aren't held accountable.
I actually have something to back that up. I have something. Actually, I was going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Actually. So
I feel like everybody still ain't went about the whole father in the household thing before.
But
I get what you're saying. Never mind.
Pause. Got to be seen.
I promise.
Jay, real quick. I don't want to turn my mic. I don't want to turn my volume up real fast. Got to be seen. You got to understand though, with these streams, there's no way we can follow in a simple order. That will never happen. We will go on tangents, and we will go topic to topic. It is what it is.
And you know what, bro? I think that's what makes the drunken reverie. I'm sorry.
So,
correct.
Y'all go ahead. C-Stone, I do so apologize.
So I agree with Sage, and I want to talk about where it stems from.
Yeah.
I think I know where she's going.
Can I just say a few points and then you can, because I'd like to further that a bit when it relates to black fathers and so because women aren't held accountable, they are able to emotionally they are able to poke and poke a man.
Hey yo.
Go ahead, Sage.
They are able to even become slightly domestically violent and they would have no real repercussion. There is an issue that women think they can get away with behavior that they would not allow from a man, and they will believe and society will support them that they are innocent. And the problem is when you are a black man and you are being pushed on a daily basis emotionally, and you have not been taught how to emotionally deal with things, and you are not taught how to have a conversation about how something makes you feel, and all you're resorting to in these situations normally would be anger.
Hey, my bad, I was pouring some liquor. I know that sounded so wrong.
You do not want to resort to violence, but you have no teaching about how to get across what you feel, and you are put in a situation that is entirely emotional, and you can't lash out, and you are stuck in a rock and a hard place of you do not want to be abusive, but you also do not want to leave, and many people will leave rather than potentially go to jail, potentially cause real harm to their significant other, because they have not been taught how to deal with what they are suffering. And there is a problem that there are many women out there that will value finances over a good connection. There are people 100%. Out there who are more interested in the car you drive, and I've been told by my partner that this is incredibly common when it comes to black women, that they will ask about the car you drive and the job you do before they're interested in your animal or what you want to eat. And that is a problem.
It's toxic.
It is toxic.
Well,
a lot goes into that too. Emotions, a lot goes into that.
And it creates terrible homes.
Do you mind if I say what I gotta say?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
To support what Sage is saying, I think there's a genesis of this, right? It all starts, and it's kind of a mix of what Toddy and Sage said. You know, when they're mass incarcerating black men, basically, when it comes to racism, it's all about power. It's all about philosophies. If they can get you to train how you think, they have control over you. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. So let's break it down this way, right? The nuclear family is important. If you look at, white families that have generational wealth, they always have 2-parent household. They pass the wealth down onto the kids. Same thing. It just continues on. With the black family, when they came to America, families were separated already. So they destroyed the unison and the unity of family. And as they escaped
Some of this is historically inaccurate, but go ahead.
Well, they did separate.
Because there was a point in time, like when we were between like the 20s and the 70s, black people were married at a rate of 99%.
Hey man, let the man finish, bro.
I'm just saying, we flourished like another.
Let the man finish.
I see what you're saying, but I'm gonna get to that point.
Okay.
I promise you, I'm gonna get to that point because mass incarceration wouldn't even be a factor if that was the case.
One more thing before you go on. I just want to say that the drunk uncle at the party can't be the moderator. But go ahead.
Yeah, the moderator.
Trees. All right. So the point is,
nigga, Uncle Ruckus, no relation.
Oh my God! Go ahead.
Sorry.
JD, you got to speak a little bit faster, man.
So one. I've been patient with y'all. So next person that cuts me off, I'm cussing y'all out. I'm not cussing
time.
I'm cussing you the fuck out. So no more.
I've been leaving.
So
go ahead.
Virgo. All right. So the whole point is that once you mass incarcerate the men, you put them in jail, and you have that shortage of black men in the household, you destroy the nuclear family. What is the philosophy that they put in place after the war on drugs, before the war on drugs? What is something that they were seeping into the black community? Feminism. Now, when you think about feminism, I want you to follow here. Where did that whole notion of I'm an independent black woman, I don't need no man, where did that all come from? Where did the notion where it is accepted that a woman can run a household, just a single mother could run a household by herself and raise a son? There's no men around. Section 8.
I would say socialism, bro. Venezuela and something along those
understandable, lines. Right? But think about what the mindset is, right? So it's about the mindset. It's not about the good that it can cause. It's about the mindset. Because if you slowly instill this mindset into black women that they can survive and thrive on their own and they don't need a good man, they shouldn't look for a good man, that affects the men that they raise. And the men start believing in that. So we already have a trickle-down effect of a philosophy where black women are so entranced with the notion of being independent that they completely they go above and beyond to find the Superman that is worth losing their independence for instead of trying to build a community. So what you have is you have a poisoned mindset of black women that affects black men as well, and we're reducing the amount of nuclear black families that are in this country. So that's what's led to all this stuff that's happening in our community now, where we don't have enough fathers, and there's always single mothers, and there's always the wrong teaching going on, and all these feminized men that don't have the masculinity that they need, especially at the crucial age of 10 to 19. Like, it's not instilled. So we have all these men, and all these men are in the entertainment industries. They're superstars for sports, basketball, football. They all have that mindset, and it trickles down, and you have people looking at these men as role models, and then they just take after the same behavior. Instead of glorifying the men that find a black woman, they create a child, they raise that child in the family with the necessary aspects of a woman and the necessary aspects of a man, and then you carry that on, so you create generations of men who have the same upbringing and the same nature as white people have had for years and generations. Yeah. And it all started with mass incarceration, and then once you got the men incarcerated, then you instill a philosophy into the black woman's mind to believe that they don't need strong black men, and then they undermine those strong black men because of this image that, oh, I'm so independent. If you can't reach these ridiculous standards that you're never going to reach, I might as well just stay independent. So then black women wonder, where did all the good black men go?
I partially disagree.
Yeah. I partially agree with that. So that means JD.
Goddamn.
You ain't for BLM, right?
I know we
called my next like 15 minutes ago. I know I called next.
Go ahead,
y'all
Wayne.
know how it is. Y'all go to the court. You call your next, you get your next.
Go ahead, Wayne.
Thank you, Virgo.
For sure.
One, I want everybody here, chat included, to realize this one thing. As they were saying earlier, from a certain age, you need fathers in the household, all that stuff. But just how the other guy said, I don't even know his name, bro. Just like how you said, well, you need a father in the household, certain age, you need all this other stuff for a young boy to grow up into a respectable young man to be a proper man, right? They sold you on a dream for all this other stuff, however it may be. At a certain age, when you get outside that little bubble, everybody puts you in. No matter you grow up with some asshole for a fucking dad, you got street niggas, hood niggas, murders, whoever. You get to the real world at a certain point, just how they got in fucking anime, just how they got in cartoons, whatever it may be. Real life, TV, whatever. At a certain point, everybody gets to figure out, oh, so it ain't like this. Oh, so all that shit was bullshit they were saying before. I can be normal. I can read anime. I mean, not read anime. Read manga, whatever. And I can go to work, do my shit, car, clothes, have all my shit intact, bank account on point, know all my shit, studying all that. They call you a geek nerd, whatever, when you're a kid. But at a certain age, when you get out the door, you hop off that porch, everybody comes to that conclusion. The real world is like this. I can choose to stay where the hell I was, however I was raised, or I can you can conform to that shit, or you can be like, let me go ahead and change for the betterment of myself and my people. But most people don't do that shit. Most people be like, fuck it. I'm good with chaos. I'm right with that shit. But others, nah, I'm gonna get out the chaos, gonna make something positive for myself, my family, my community. How most everybody else in here got YouTube channels doing positive shit. I'm just saying, Toddy, how you saying all that hood shit, niggas getting shot, killed, murdered, and all that other shit. What the fuck Toddy doing right now? Toddy spitting knowledge. Toddy got out of that shit. Right? It's the same fucking thing. I want everybody to realize you can stay in that shit as long as you want. But at a certain point where you learn about the outside world, you can get out of that shit whenever the fuck you goddamn choose.
And that's exactly what these young black men need to hear. Hey. But they don't have anybody in their lives to actually tell them this. Like, it really is a wonder what a small amount of encouragement to a young black man can do for their lives, and they just don't never get it, and it pisses me off because we don't focus.
I'm sorry, I apologize. Go ahead.
We don't focus on that, and I did want to address Jay's point real quick because I do agree with him partially. I do not think, though, that a lot of black women are leaving black men out of feminism. I actually think it's the competition dynamic that I mentioned earlier, where they're having babies with these low value men who cheat on them, who run around on them, who leave them because there are so much pussy out there to get, and there's no incentive for a black man to stay with a black woman because when you have one black man to every 3 women, the pussy is free. But however, I do think that feminism is affecting every other culture and community that is not the hood culture, because these women are for one, their expectations for men are too high, so they're staying single for longer and they're becoming miserable because we are biologically designed to have partners. And if you're a woman, you're on a ticking time clock, because if you don't have a baby or a man by 30, then your value as a woman plummets as your skin starts to get as your skin starts to get saggy and your beauty starts to fade. Your choice now and the men that you can get, you have to take the lower value men. And
hey, hold on, Toddy.
No, you, Uncle John, you hold on.
Nigga, shut the fuck up for 5 seconds. I've been sitting in the back. Let a nigga goddamn say something. Jesus fucking Christ, Toddy. Like, I respect, nigga. Shut the fuck up. I respect you, bro. I do. Toddy, you one of my boys, and like I've been like jumping in. And if you had a channel, I'd follow your ass outside of Twitch. But at the same time, bro, you good, bro. You good. But let a nigga say something when I'm trying to say something, bro.
But wait until somebody's point is over.
No, because I've been waiting for the fucking minute. I've been in the goddamn bush, nigga. I've been long. I've been pushing through the bush, nigga. I've been waiting for it, because here I'm about to come, nigga. You better
give me 6 more seconds. I just want to wrap. I just want to wrap this up. Give me 6.
All right, you know what? Wrap it up, B. I'll give you the music at the end.
All right, shout out to my homies I've known for 6 years. They don't give a fuck that he just said that. But anyway,
what do you mean?
great friends. Great friends. But anyway, I'm not capping. That's incredibly rude. But anyway, I just want to say that these women too are when they have babies and the things don't work out with the father, they're making their kids' lives a living hell because they turn their kids against the father and they have a vendetta against the father. And they don't let them have visitation. They don't let the father be in their lives at all. So whereas they think they're doing a good thing, they're actually fucking their kids up by not giving that father role model. Now the rudest nigga in the call can go ahead.
You have been rude today, my nigga, but go ahead. Oh my God.
Y'all done?
Now we not gonna go.
No. Hold on. I'm just making sure. I just had to be sure.
Oh my
Everybody
God.
done? I'm trying to be respectful. Y'all, nah, everybody got. Oh, I'm Uncle Ruckus. Don't trust that new nigga over here. I said, bro, I shouldn't have got in front of the mic talking about my views. I understand. You feel some type of way?
Not at all, Chief. Go ahead. You gonna go or not?
Not at all. Hurry up.
All right. We sit here and we talk about this shit. We sit here and we look at it from the perspective of, oh, this woman ain't doing this, or this man ain't doing that. And at the end of the day, I sit and I think to myself how we don't educate ourselves. We have access to everything, right? Mm-hmm. We sit here and we complain that people don't do this or this system don't do that, but we have access to shit in this so-called society that we have. Yeah, motherfuckers is assholes and all that good shit, but I feel like we've gotten to the point that you can goddamn point a motherfucker out, record some shit like, and call a motherfucker out at the end of the day on some dumb shit, then maybe, just maybe, shit that pop off, shit that go sideways, why the fuck we ain't addressing it the same way when I'm sorry, I'm trying to verbalize this shit in the wrong kind of goddamn way, bro. Y'all made me wait too goddamn long. Y'all done made me lose some shit in my train of thought, bro. Goddamn.
Just know that we all gotta wait too. Like there's 10 niggas and we all are.
Y'all go ahead, bro. I sit here trying to goddamn verbalize some shit. You made me wait so long. I done forgot what the fuck I was trying to talk about, bro. Cause you and Toddy. Like, I like you, bro, but I was trying to address a specific one fucking thing and then let you move on. And you made me forget the shit for so goddamn long that I forgot what the fuck I was even trying to say, bro, because you just keep going. So y'all forget about me, bro. I was trying to goddamn just address one fucking thing. I got fucking lost and tried to jump in. I got drunk and gave you y'all do you.
When you interrupt somebody though, when you interrupt somebody in the middle of the point, they can.
Yeah, I should have just said what the fuck I had to say and then jumped out, and you could have kept going.
When you interrupt somebody though, they can potentially forget what they had to say as well.
Yeah, you got a fact, Toddy, and I do apologize. You're right. You're right.
People out, then I'm the bad guy.
Hey, big news.
No, you can't be cutting people on that.
Gentlemen, let Big News have the floor.
What I'm saying is, right, everybody has said valid points. But at what time does those points become excuses for these people? Like, where the accountability at?
Well, I think
that's how I started this whole thing.
So big news. I actually think it's good to know where it came from, so you know how to address it. It's kind of just like figuring out where the root of the problem is, and then you slowly start to trickle down, and you figure out how to affect it. So, like for example, I think it's important that we just need more fathers in general, and I think like what Sage was saying, the lack of accountability that women have nowadays is very destructive and dangerous. Just in general, even outside of just the Black community, like the lack of accountability that women are slowly gaining, and it's getting worse and worse with social media and neoliberalism.
I agree with you, bro. But how do we?
We're not done. Let me talk. Fuck that. No.
But hold on. Jay had a very good valid point, and I want to know how are we going to address that as a community? No, hold on.
Let Big News finish.
I'm muted him.
Go ahead, Big News. Go ahead.
What I'm saying, JD, like you had a good point with the feminism part, right? But that's a part of it. That's not exactly where it started.
The whole thing.
It's not where it started, right? Yeah. Like we can go back to slavery, the sharecroppers, and like the Black community is very young. Like we're stripped. Like my Mexican homie, he has a culture. He can go back, and our culture has these values, right? The Asians, they have a family dynamic where they value the grandparents and they do what they say type shit. The white people have the Christian culture and many other cultures, like you said earlier. But if you were to go to black people and say, "What's your culture? How do you guys react? What do you do when this happens?" Right? You gonna get like Ty said, some hood examples. You are gonna get some middle-class examples, and we don't
get
really
a lot of
have
Christian examples too.
That
the white people's class, because that was all that we knew.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get to. That's what I'm trying to get to. Right? Our culture is young, so when you come to, we get released, and then you get to, I don't know if y'all know what sharecroppers are. When you let them go, they give them a little job, right? And then you really let them free. And now they're still trying to figure it out. And like Say said, they fuck up their shit. They get doctors, they get shit, they fuck up their cities. Now you got to figure it out again. And now we in the 1920s, and then they get it again. And now we what Jay said, the feminism part. We go to 1950s, 1970s, they fuck them up again. And now we still learning, right? Mm-hmm. But now, like what Uncle Ruck, I don't even know his dude name. What he said is
Hey, bro, it's God to be seen. Respect the deity.
What he said
respect me with my whatever pronouns they talk.
It's Uncle God to be seen.
Uncle God to be seen. What I'm saying is, you are
God to be seen. You from Philly?
Anyway, go ahead.
Hey, bro, I'm from the South, bro, and I'm gonna try and keep it that.
What I'm saying, when he said we have access, we do have access, right? Whatever you want. If I ask y'all, I'll give y'all $5 to who can find where Thomas Jefferson was born. You niggas will have that answer in 30 seconds. Quick Google search, right?
I mean, that's a fact.
That's fair. At the point to where this shit is excuses. Now we talk about kids, we talk about the adolescents, and we talk about growing up, sure, right? But at the age of 18, 19, 29, these niggas know what they're doing. It might not be the right decision, but they know what they're doing.
That's true.
Niggas not dumb, and that's what I hate about. That's what I hate about these talks. People are so negative, and if you give these people money, if they do this, this a war zone. Yeah, it's a war zone. These niggas know. Shit happened to them. They know what's going on.
Well, I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying, is because I agree with you.
But that's 100. Not that's in general.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I agree with you 100%. And I even started this with along those lines as well. The thing is, we can just we can investigate all we want, the source of all these problems, but identifying the source is not identifying a solution, which is why I hate all this racism mumbo jumbo, because it might have started with redlining and the crack epidemic and war on drugs, but identifying that ain't gonna fucking fix the problem. Yeah. And the only way I see fixing the problem is start assigning personal responsibility to the people making these choices. Yeah, it might not be their fault that they're in the position that they're in, but if they don't start holding themselves accountable, and we don't start holding them accountable at all, they're not actually going to change. I'm sorry you got a bad hand, nigga, but you got to play the fucking hand. You can't be bitching about getting your hands swapped out.
Second that opinion, bro. All the eyes has it. That man just said some truth.
If you hold them accountable, you still got to make them care. That's the problem. Niggas don't care. If it ain't them,
I know. They don't want jobs. They don't want jobs.
Hold on. Y'all motherfuckers talk about the consequences shit. Bro, I done been behind them doors, bro. I ain't gonna talk about it, but I done been behind them doors. I done seen motherfuckers that don't, when you talk about don't care, I done seen motherfuckers literally killed over an 89-cent fucking honey bun, motherfucker. When they talk about, you want to take this ride, they joke about fucking taking a helicopter ride to the hospital, bro. There's motherfuckers out there that really, at the end of the day, it don't matter what the fuck you do. It don't matter what the fuck you say. In their mind, they fucking bought their fucking life, bruh. And there's a gotta be okay, we gotta address, how do we deal with motherfuckers that's really in that lane, bro? There's motherfuckers that's in that lane, and there's motherfuckers that ain't in that lane. And I want to know how you deal with people in that lane, bro. Because that shit all through the fucking culture, bro. You ain't gonna act like it ain't.
It is, and that's what I'm saying, right?
But it's also how it's literally taught to you. That's something that's taught to you. That's not something that you just brought up knowing how to do and everything. That's a learned behavior through people around you and idols and all types of shit.
But there's a conviction though, with us. There's some people who, if you say nigga, you go kill that nigga, and he will prove that point. He will kill that dude. And it's exactly. And there's other people that say you never gonna make it, and they will show you that they're going to make it.
Exactly.
It's whatever I got to show you I'm gonna get this money. Yeah. So it's about applying it to where it's supposed to go. And then,
I mean the like thing that a lot of black people, I'm not gonna say that we lack resources, because there are people throughout history that taught themselves how to read underneath the pain of death. All right. Frederick Douglass literally had a dude called the nigger breaker after beating his butt because he was teaching himself how to read. All right. So, I'm at the same point with like big news in them that like that the excuses have to go. The excuses have to go.
100%.
You all have cell phones, which they're virtual walking computers. You can teach yourself anything these days. So the excuses have to go. To what God said.
Oh, go ahead.
What God just said. You're going to have, unfortunately, you're going to have those types of folks out there, because again, and it goes back to what Big News just said. It is a learned behavior, right? People are taught to think this. I mean, in the black community, I've never seen any other community make fun of someone who's reading a book besides black people.
Yeah.
I've never seen a white person demean a white person for reading a book.
It's everywhere.
It's only in the black community.
No,
and that's it was ingrained in us.
My committee has done that too.
Hey, bro, I don't think that's a black thing. I think that is an American cultural thing that comes from like in the slave days. Motherfuckers got on your ass because if you learn to read, a motherfucker would come to like fuck with everybody. And so I think that shit's just like an ingrained mentality shit that kind of is hard to fucking break. That we need to get the fuck.
No, it is not an American.
You're not wrong. Just because, nigga, we're black, so we see it in our communities. But like JR, I hear him in the background saying like, bro, it happened in the Mexican community too. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And
like I said, it's not skin based.
I'm not saying it hasn't happened in the Mexican.
We know and what we've experienced.
Yeah, it's not skin based either. It's a cultural issue. Correct. It is not skin based.
Correct.
It is white people that grow up in
y'all want to get real? Y'all want to get real? Learn your fucking history. Learn your history. Do you know? I'm gonna ask y'all before we go forward. Do you know who was the first person in court to fight? Like, what color were they? The first person to fight to own another fucking person as property in the United States. Went to court, was recognized in court, and was seen as the first person to own another person as property. What color were they in America?
Black.
Black.
All right. So like, let's just keep it real. Like, since the start of this shit, motherfuckers just want to get off on motherfuckers. At the end of the day, I think we need to just address the fact that there's just evils in society, and people try and push that shit off sometimes. That's what fucked me off, bro. Like, at the end of the day, bro, some of that shit ain't got nothing to do with race and everything to do with motherfuckers just trying to get over on motherfuckers, bro.
No, race
and there needs to be.
Wait, hold on. Because God, race is part of the issue. Race is not the only issue. But it's like, wait, hold on. It's like probably like 40% of the problem. I think maybe the rest of the problem is per like cultural issues and cultural differences. So obviously race is not the main issue, but race is part of the issue.
I don't think it's race specific, because I've seen people from every culture or every race, if they are brought up in a certain kind of culture, specifically the men act the same way. They clown on education. They clown on somebody that reads. They clown on if you don't want to fight another man, they clown you and call you a pussy. It is just a
warrior mentality, bro. They ex-warriors, bro. Hold up, Sadie, before you go forward, just remember.
I've been holding up a lot, nigga. Honestly, it's getting heavy to hold all this up, to be honest.
Yeah, hold on, guys. Got a lot of stuff.
My bad, bro.
I ain't gonna lie though, Toddy. You say you've been holding up a lot, but you also been talking a lot.
Hey, Toddy, you have been holding a lot.
You gotta calm down with that, nigga.
I know. Toddy always says that when he's trying to make a coy ass joke.
Yeah, but
y'all,
I do want to say while oh my god, I have the floor. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm kidding.
I just want to say.
Oh my god.
I just want to apologize for every motherfucker that's out there. When your girl say, "Oh God," I'm sorry, she calling out to me.
Nigga, you're fine, my nigga. I'm laughing at that.
These niggas took a mile. I gave him an.
But to continue, for the record, by the way, it might seem like I'm talking a lot, but keep in mind too, when someone's constantly cutting off your points or whatever, a lot of the times I'm rehashing a point that I try to make 2 or 3 times already. And it's just really hard because I specifically am getting cut off clearly more than anybody else. But anyway,
is that what you're talking about?
It's probably
90% of my fault, Toddy, and I'm sorry.
The same point like 4 or 5 times in a row. So and which almost makes me want to transition to another point, which I wanted to talk about how I think the internet is changing the way people socialize and making them socially inept. Because I noticed you guys. I noticed the way some of you guys socialize in these calls is very unnatural. And maybe it's because I'm away from social media and shit, but I think social media has genuinely changed how we socialize and view people.
I agree, Toddy. I agree.
There's things
people don't have social skills and shit.
For instance, now this goes to Virgo and News and some of the guys that I've known for a long ass time. I have witnessed you guys witness arguments, sometimes involving me and sometimes other people, where somebody disrespect somebody so blatantly to their face, and then I try to equate what would happen in real life if that happened, if this wasn't over the internet, and one of you're in a group of friends and one friend comes at the other friend like in a disgusting way. It's completely unwarranted. Yeah. And I could never imagine sitting in a room and somebody saying some of the shit that's said in these calls and my friends laughing about it around me. Because in real life, that would probably result in a fist fight.
What?
Yeah,
Let me call right.
And that's just one example.
Every time. Hold on. I'm calling a ride, bro. I'm calling a ride.
All right, let Uncle Russ.
Like there was a situation. For instance, I'll use News as a situation. There was a situation where Madara, believe it or not, Madara, who I respect almost more than anybody, disrespected News way over the top one time. And I remember News went way the fuck off over it. And I remember thinking, damn, man, these are my 2 friends. I do not want them to fight like this. I hope this doesn't amount to anything. And meanwhile, everybody else in the call is laughing and cracking up. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, this is not how humans socialize. This is so odd. There is such a lack of empathy going on here that the only way I think this can even happen is in an online discussion. Because if you take some of these situations,
everybody, before you go, Toddy go, but let me call Ryan, man.
What?
What are you talking about?
Nani?
Nigga, I got next. Nigga, what the fuck you want?
Next. He's the dress.
Nigga, hold up, bro. He talking about, oh, I can't see how it is, and I can't see how.
God. He directly asked for Big News.
Hey, whoa.
Yeah, what are we doing?
He directly said Big News' name.
Yeah.
My bad, bro. Just my bad.
And Toddy, we have had this conversation many times. I say the same thing every time, right? It's either we on the internet, we in the hood, or we in the locker room situation. It's those 3 examples. And in the locker room situation, it's just like the internet. Most niggas just joke and jack, and sometimes they in the fist fights. I mean, everybody else laughing. If we in the hood, and if you really not my friend, we gonna fight before that shit even starts.
But if you're in the hood, what would actually happen if a
hold on. Can I go 1 second? All I'm gonna say is y'all is looking at the internet the wrong kind of fucking way. What? You gotta realize the internet is full of hold me back syndrome, nigga. You got everybody talking about say what the fuck I gotta say, but at the same time somebody there to hold them back. What you got is that fucking screen or that fucking little phone or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's your goddamn bouncer at the club. You at the club, you wilding, you joking, you having fun, everything fucking cool. But when some shit get goddamn real and some shit fucking pop off, oh, the bouncer there and you fucking extra just because you got hold me back. You got people out there, they gonna be real. Okay, cool. They gonna walk away from the fucking situation. But because they got somebody there to fucking intervene, they got hold me back fucking syndrome and they let out all that shit because they got somebody to hold them fucking back.
But Modern, was that you or Jay?
Yeah. He interrupted me, guys.
Hey, bro, welcome to the club, nigga. Hold me back.
Go ahead.
I think it's.
Go next. I'll go next after.
No, Toddy got it.
No, I'm better than
that.
Yeah, I think it's.
I'll go second.
I'm sorry, y'all, if I get a little too ratchet.
Oh, no. My hand's over the kick button, so continue.
I'm going to mute myself and fall back. That's all.
I get that, but and I think a lot of people definitely. I think it's obvious that people say some shit that they would never say to another man's life. Like a lot of niggas that talk shit to me are like 5'6", fat niggas out of shape. I would walk on them niggas. I am 6'2", super in shape. They would some of this shit would never happen in real life as far as the aggressiveness. But what my concern is, not only is it making people a little more aggressive and confident in saying outlandish shit, but it is also impacting the empathy of people around each other, because people don't appreciate the people in this call. I feel like I do. A lot of you guys don't look at each other like friends. I think some of you guys, I think, just come in here to talk, but you guys don't look at each other like people, and it's reflected when one of our friends that we've known for 5 years, and keep in mind we probably talk to each other more than most people in our lives, but people will come in here that are brand new and disrespect somebody that you've known for 5 or 6 years, and then it visibly gets to that person that got disrespected, and then you laugh about it. And that is not human nature. If this were real life, and I've gotten out of the habit of engaging with people that want to get aggressive online, because it's honestly a joke. You sound like an idiot when you're talking about whooping niggas.
So it's time one.
But for an example, I've known you guys, some of you guys like Moderate News and Virgo for 5 years. God to be seen, you are a new nigga. You're charming and shit like that, but you are new, and you disrespected the shit out of me like 30 minutes ago. Had this been real life, we probably would have stomped your face in, nigga, 5 versus 1 for doing that shit. But online. But online, and honestly, if you're friends with a nigga for 5 years and he said that shit, obviously I'm gonna fight him. And if my friends just sat around in a group and watched that shit, then they ain't friends.
Toddy, you know me better than that.
So I think the internet is really changing our empathy and how we view each other. And sometimes we talk to other people online and we don't see them as humans. We just see them as avatars of people, and we stop empathizing.
Well,
and we're okay with being super disrespectful.
Hold up, because I called next. I'm gonna go back.
Fuck you, Mother. You bitch ass nigga. I can't stand you, nigga. Fuck you, Mother.
Shut up, Jonathan. But nah, I'm gonna go back to what Big News talked about, and it's called upbringing. All right, I came up in the '80s. All right, I came up in a set where the saying was around. I'm gonna say it was "forget your feelings," but it was a different word. That's what I was growing up around. All right, so the very day that Big News and I got into it, the very next day, I went into the Discord to see if there would be any beef between us. It was no beef, because Big News and I are both niggas from a certain era, to where, one, I don't hold grudges. I've gotten disrespected being before by like Super Cool. Nobody backed me up against them. I didn't feel any type of way about it, because one, it's the internet. Two, upbringing. I was growing up that unless somebody physically touches you, you don't worry about them.
I would have backed you up if I was there, by the way, Madara. And I have backed you. I have backed you niggas up when niggas get disrespectful to my friends. I feel like I'm the only one that does.
But this is my thing,
Hey, hold up. Before y'all go forward, I wanted to apologize.
Hold on.
I just wanted to apologize, bro. Can I ask to apologize?
No.
I didn't know Toddy felt disrespected. I'm sorry, bro.
Let him go because he technically pointed out.
Okay, cool.
What I'm saying is, right, Toddy, when we talking and then you call these niggas new niggas, I can't just jump on your side and not let them defend themselves. And if they get at you, you got to swing back.
Because you say that, Toddy, you say that a lot.
You say that a lot.
If anybody feels insulted by the word new niggas, I actually mean that.
Toddy, you got some nerve.
But no, I'm being genuine. I'm being genuine because I never thought a new nigga was insult. I thought it was a term.
Hey, I feel insulted because I ain't been don't trust them new niggas. I'm Uncle Ruckus.
Let me finish. But honestly, I think that News is being intellectually dishonest because he knows for a fact. Hold on, he knows for a fact that a lot of these arguments aren't being started because I'm calling niggas new niggas. They're being started just because a nigga just comes out the.
But this is what I'm saying, Toddy, right? Now we're not gonna play the blame game. I'm being 100% real. When we in here, if we're not having a real conversation, shit's sliding. And then when you feel a certain type of way, not when you all the way there, because when you all the way there, he's funny. Or when you having a good day, you stay roasting niggas and in that joking mood. Like when I told you quit playing with me that one day, right?
I stopped playing. When I knew you were serious, I stopped.
Toddy, before you go forward, bro, before anybody finish, I'm gonna apologize to Toddy because I'm sorry.
Bro, it's fine. I don't need an apology. I didn't want an apology.
Here we go.
Go ahead, News.
But what I'm saying, right? Like. In that moment, once you say that, this new nigga and me and my niggas, right? I say that all the time with my community. Me and my niggas, that's excluding them, right?
It's excluding.
That's literally what you're doing. You're excluding them. You're not in the group yet. You're a new nigga. This is us, right? And I can't be all the way there with that because maybe these guys are cool.
They are cool, and that's why I let these niggas in, bro.
Bro, I ain't cool.
I'm sorry if anybody felt like I was trying to
drunk ass nigga that y'all done picked up from the
when I say things like chat niggas and new niggas and stuff like that, it is meant as a term of endearment. It's not meant as a term of disrespect. And if anybody took it like that, I'm surprised.
Hey, hold on. Before everybody,
but when I do, there's weight behind new niggas too, because it goes back to what I was saying. Because they are not our friend group that has been a part of us for 5 years. So when they say shit that's like disrespectful, when we say it, we know it's a joke because we know each other. But when JR tells Super Cool to shut the fuck up, or this, I was like, what the fuck? Hey, or something. But I'm just an example because you stop doing that, JR. But when somebody that I labeled a new nigga starts to engage in behavior that is disrespectful just because you don't know us like that, that's when I have a problem with it.
And this.
All right, hold on.
You got it,
because I'm that new nigga. No, hold up, bro. Hold up. He addressing me specifically, bro. Let's just keep it fucking real, bro. He addressing me specifically. Let me just say what I'm trying to say. You can go ahead and say what you want to say. All I need is 5 minutes. I'm going to shut the fuck up because 90% of the time I'm just in the back enjoying the show. Like, just let me say what I'm trying to say, bro.
Need some water, bro.
Hey, that's the problem. Like, Toddy, you got to understand something. I really been like in the little chats, in the fucking Discord, watching the shit y'all say behind each other. I just kept my fucking mouth shut because I don't know how to fucking interact with shit. I'm tech illiterate. I literally just learned how to work fucking Discord this year. Like, no fucking cap. Like, I deployed when I was fucking 19 and I sort of understood about goddamn Facebook. Like, bro, I voted for fucking Obama while I was overseas, bro.
Wait, what is that supposed to be?
I served under goddamn George Bush while I was in Afghanistan. So, like, when I came back, I was a little, like, distant from tech. It took me a couple years to get the fuck in this shit. But don't think I ain't been on YouTube watching fucking chat chat, like been in Discord listening to y'all niggas talk shit. Don't think I ain't been hearing the goddamn back and forth that y'all say on stream and knowing good and goddamn well. If you can say that shit to a motherfucker in front of everybody, there's some shit y'all say behind the fucking doors that nobody need to fucking know about. And I respect that shit, but don't think that I don't think that y'all motherfuckers is cool in a type of way that I fucking ain't, bro. Like, I get where you coming from, but at the same time, don't think that every motherfucker that lurk in the goddamn chat just some motherfucker lurking in the chat, bro.
No, I want to reiterate that I see not only everybody in the call, but everybody in the chat as real people. Like genuine, real ass people that are sitting on their phones,
like, Toddy,
they have their lives, they have
before
their
I go forward, hold on.
I feel like I alone in this community.
I love you, bro. Like your fucking viewpoint. Oh my god.
He's giving you
my bad, bro. My bad. I was trying to fucking keep talking, and I hear you were still talking, Toddy. Hold up, everybody. I apologize. I didn't hear Toddy had started talking. My bad, Toddy. Say what you was gonna say.
Where's that kick button at?
My
I can't breathe, nigga.
Wait, hold on.
But I actually see you guys as real people, and this even extends to like Discord. I've had people, when I talked about suicide and shit, talk to me, and I learned about their lives and what's going on with them, and I know better than anybody that these aren't points in this live chat scrolling. These aren't just random ass niggas in this call. Everybody has their suffering, and I actually respect that, and I see you guys and some of the chat niggas that have been here for a while as fucking friends. And I care about when something bothers you or when you get disrespected or anything like that. Now, when you said what you said, it's okay, because I have been dealing with really angry and rude, disrespectful shit in Virgo streams for literally years. Like, somebody even made fun of me. Somebody made fun of me one time when my sister killed herself on Virgo stream and told me that it was my fault that she killed herself. That's the kind of shit I deal with on Virgo stream.
Wait, what?
But my concern wasn't with you, God, because I know you're drunk, so I'm giving you a huge pass. I still but my concern and why I made that point was more so for the reaction of the people that I've known for 5 years. I think that they don't behave naturally. I feel like they behave unnaturally. Like they see the niggas that they've been talking to every week for 5 years get disrespected, and their choice is to laugh about it. And like I said, if you move some of these social situations from offline and try to imagine it in your apartment building, sitting in a group of your niggas, if some of this shit was said to your friend's face, you don't laugh about it, because for one thing, it's going to result in a fist fight, and you're definitely not going to laugh while your homeboy is either getting his ass.
Before you finish, for anybody want to say nothing, can I say something
about One Piece? And so I don't think that One Piece is worth getting serious over.
All right, hold on, y'all.
That's why I'm never the motherfucker.
Toddy, can I say something, bro? Because I want to address you personally, bro. I want to talk to you like man to man, outside the fucking the bullshit, outside all that other little like whatever you. If I disrespected you, bro, I feel bad, bro, because
no, you're fine, man.
Over the years, bro, I've listened to some of the shit you said to Virgo, and some of the shit you've addressed, some of the issues you talked about, some of the topics you brought up, and how you was feeling about it, like while you was talking about it. I can relate to that shit in a way that I couldn't relate to some other people. And although you ain't like out there like that, you ain't really fucking doing your thing, bro. When you pull up and you talk, you was real, bro. And I've been down with Virgo and a lot of shit, bro. Like, I've been part of the One Piece community probably since like 2014, 2015. And so it took me a minute to really like understand shit, because I kind of moved through YouTube and didn't understand Discord and all. Like, I was tech illiterate. Let's just keep it real. But when you would pull up throughout the years on like a Virgo stream or like a fucking Brago stream or anybody else's shit, bro, when you would address shit outside of One Piece, real life fucking topics, bro, the shit you talk about, I can relate to fucking heart, bro. Like Like, you really talk about shit that you might have lived a different fucking life, bro. But you went through some kind of the shit mentally that I fucking went through in some of the experiences, bro. And so, like, I don't want to ever come off as disrespectful to you, bro. I really respect you as another fucking man, bro. Like, you talk about this outside of fucking 1P, outside of fucking YouTube, outside of fucking whatever this internet shit is, bro. Because I'll probably never see you eye to eye, man to fucking man, bro. But I really do respect your views as a man because I can feel the vibes you try and put off when you speak about what the fuck you speak about, bro.
So wait, hold on. So back to all right. So Toddy, fuck.
I do feel like my point got lost a little bit, but
welcome to the drunken reverie, nigga.
No, it's not.
I hope not.
He said, I hope not.
I actually just wanted to paint. Go ahead, JR. I think you've been waiting.
I gotta quit smoking weed.
You gotta quit doing a lot of
You need to start drinking water, nigga.
Exactly. Go ahead, JR. JR, you have to use your hockey, bro. You gotta use your hockey.
I'm trying, but
either you go
and JR, bro, props, bro. You really be spitting some real shit too, bro. Say what you gotta say. Everybody else, shut the fuck up. JR, go, bro.
So back to so God and Toddy. You guys
really invited.
Hey, yo, what the hell's come on?
God and Toddy.
I'm sorry, Virgo. I'm doing your job.
What the fuck?
So
Bruh.
So Toddy,
all right, God to be seen as down. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the real
Good Lord in
bro.
heaven. There is a God. Go ahead, JR.
So that nigga Virgo
I don't like kicking people, bro.
You got to get him out of there.
That
nigga was gone, bro.
That nigga was not sober, bro.
And I tried to give the benefit of the doubt because I be the same way, but like I can't.
He was more fraudulent.
Virgo, I know you're the drunk Virgo, bro. You're never that obnoxious.
I'm about to say you obnoxious nigga, but not like that. Like
that's what I said.
You're never that obnoxious.
We did. I can Virgo, other Virgo.
Virgo, you try and talk like low at least. You might interrupt niggas, but you try to talk low. This nigga screaming and spitting. I felt the spit.
That nigga was opera singing the whole time. I felt spit on my phone. My lord.
I really don't like doing that, bro.
But
He's all right.
Oh yeah, JR.
He's a good nigga.
My bad, JR.
No, it's alright. I was trying to, but God was too drunk. But so my original point was for mostly Toddy, but then God started saying the benefits of social media and the internet, which I was trying to say like to Toddy that Toddy, remember I was telling you like a couple of months ago about like the one I was telling you how like social media has impacted One Piece.
Yes.
I wanted to finish that. The internet the internet's a blessing and a curse. The blessing is that what God said earlier, that he got to talk to people from all over the United States and all over the world to hear other people's opinions, to hear other people's point of views on a lot of things, and which is like a really, really good benefit for having Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, etc. But the point that you made, which is the curse, that people have been telling other people shit, making fun of them, the beef that we've seen on Twitter.
The removal of empathy is the biggest point I was making.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
I'm not.
And
a good example. Or were you finished, JR?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So there's a benefit, there's a curse and a blessing for having the internet, which for me, in my point of view, I think for me, I'm in the middle because I've seen a lot of shit on Twitter, seen a lot of shit on Instagram and Snapchat, but also it's also a blessing, that I can connect to people from all over the world, all over the country, and to share my opinion. Like right now, actually, sharing my point of view of how I feel about, and hearing your guys' point of view about, how the Black community is suffering, or benefiting. And I get to share my point of view of how my community, the Mexican community, is benefiting or suffering. But another thing that also frustrates me on Twitter, which is the curse side, is people fighting each other a lot, and it kind of like frustrates me. Back to your point, Toddy,
a lot of negativity on there.
Yeah, and it's really stupid and really repetitive. Which is the whole that's why whole cyberbullying started. Like a lot of young folks, started committing suicide when the internet was rising because the other people.
They did.
Yeah, and
cyberbullying is prevalent.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like kind of a thing that hesitated me when I got my phone and I really want to join the social media, but I went over it, and I realized like I know who I am. I know who I am as a person. I'm not gonna let negativity hit me at my low, because they're just people who won't say that to my fucking face or won't say that at me.
Talk to them.
And I know that they're just cowards and idiots that won't say that to my face.
I don't think they're idiots.
Yeah, so I was like,
they're smart for not saying it to your face.
Yeah, like I know who I am as a person. Like I know my identity. I know who I am. I know, I don't know, but and overall, I know who I am. I'm not gonna let some dumbass say me shit, but whatever. But that's just my point of view of like how social media is a blessing and a curse.
Well, I think it's
all over, the world and all.
I think it's much more. Oh, sorry, I thought you were wrapping up.
No, I was done.
Yeah, I think it's much more of a curse than it is a blessing, because it has altered the way humans interact, not just online, but in person as well, to where they behave unnatural, to where if they behaved how they do on the internet, they would not fit into a typical community. And I don't think these people are all stupid or hard-headed, and I don't think anybody that agrees too is immune to this, because most of the time you don't see your own flaws, which is why I don't partake in any social media. And I feel like it's benefited me, and I might sound unique to a lot of people because I'm uninfluenced by it. And I think the biggest con is the removal of empathy out of people. And it shows like you guys are the only people I interact with online, and I can see it in your behavior. And for instance, like I care about all you guys. If I find out that you got a YouTube channel, best believe I'm going there immediately and subscribing. I'm watching your content and I'm going to engage, because you are my friend. And in real life, that is what you do with your friends. You engage. Did you guys even know Madara has a motherfucking podcast? Sure. How many people in here that have known that man for 5 years have taken their time to go check out his content? Probably none, because you guys don't behave naturally. If JD drops a great video that I love, the next time I see him, I'm going to let him know, yo, you did your thing on that video. Good shit. Keep it up. Because that is what friends do. But I see I see behavior and people that utilize social media to where they don't behave naturally. They don't have empathy. They will watch their friend for 5 years be made uncomfortable and laugh while he's being made uncomfortable. This shit is not how humans are supposed to behave. And I think social media is really fucking us up.
Bro, but that's how you were raised. That was your environment. My environment was an area to where, again, how I was raised was forget how you feel. If you don't like it,
I got it. Yeah, I got to agree with Madara on that one.
That's where I was raised at.
Yeah.
You got clowned or you did the clowning?
Yeah, that's the difference though, Madara, is there's a difference between clowning. There's a difference between clowning and flat out disrespecting. Like telling somebody, calling someone a chat nigga is one thing, Madara, but telling somebody to their face, shut the fuck up, is not clowning.
No,
and that's what I mean. That's what I mean about your guys' social skills. That's what I mean. That's what I mean about. I think your social skills are impaired because you guys can't see the difference between laughing and joking with somebody and flat out telling somebody to shut the fuck up to their face.
I tell Madara, fuck you every time I see that nigga. I tell that nigga shut the fuck up every time I see that nigga.
Yeah, when it's done. Yeah, when it's done in humor, you guys gotta listen to the pitch the person uses. When it's done in humor, like, shut the fuck up. That is one thing. But when you're yelling at the top of your lungs, telling somebody to shut the fuck up, that is not joking.
But at the same time,
I completely wholeheartedly feel you on that. But as a bystander or someone who knows the person who got disrespected, the person who got disrespected knows how to defend themselves, I'm gonna let you rock. I'm not gonna be like, when you jump on that nigga head, I know you can carry yourself. If he keep going and he don't check himself, then of course
gentle fist.
But at first, I was like, nigga, that nigga just tried you. Wow, where'd he come from? And
that's cool. That's one. Who next?
Like, if you tell a random guy,
stop playing, bro. JR gone. Who next? I'm gonna get the floor one way or another. All right. So I'm gonna say this first and foremost. There's a difference between disrespect and having soft skin. All right, Toddy, and I'm gonna tell you this like this. Toddy, you are one of my closest homies. You know that. But when you don't like something from a certain someone, it's not okay, and that's not okay. Do you have a retort?
Yeah. I mean, it just goes back, and I don't want to insult you guys, but I genuinely feel like people that are on social media a lot and do most of their socializing, and people don't really do a lot of self-analyses, but if you analyze your life and most of your socializing is actually done online, I feel like you are psychologically damaged, and you will not be able to see some of the flaws. So even though I can tell you guys to your face, you know, your friends have YouTube channels, why the fuck don't you check them out? I can tell you guys to your face, you can't let some new person that we barely know tell another person to shut the fuck up without defending them. I can tell you guys this shit to your face, but I don't have hope that you guys will see it from my perspective because your paradigm is shifted permanently. Like, and I don't even know how to reverse this. I feel like social media has devastated the way people socialize and communicate. And I don't expect any of you guys to agree with me because you guys are all on social media. So when some of this shit happens and comes up, I expect you guys just to like turn the other cheek when disrespect. I don't expect you guys to check out your homeboys' YouTube channels. I don't expect you guys to do any of this shit because the damage is already done. And that's not an insult because I still appreciate you guys for who you guys are and the great qualities that you guys have. So don't take this as, man, you guys are impossible or anything. I still love you guys, but I do recognize that you guys might be irreversibly damaged from spending so much time of your social life online rather than with real people.
So you believe I sometimes turn a blind eye because of social media?
Like when the nigga made fun of me about my sister dying, Virgo.
I never.
Like you are one of my closest. Not only are you one of my closest niggas online, you're probably one of my closest niggas in life. And I told you them niggas like. I told you them niggas got to me, and you kept inviting them to the stream.
No,
and I'm like, wow.
And I'm telling you that never happened. You told me what upset you after the fact, but they never directly even knew that happened to you or said anything about that. Don't make that up.
Fair.
True.
And when I found out why you were angry and what you were going through, I sympathized immediately. We had a very long, good conversation about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this too because when you were super cool got into it, both of y'all were being childish.
I was being a dick, and I'm aware.
Exactly. So I don't know how you want me to defend you when you called him names as well.
And so
how am I going to do to?
I want you to know that maybe I am insensitive, but I keep the same energy with all these niggas.
Well.
That's fine, but just know that some of you guys, if ever you're uncomfortable, if ever you make a new YouTube channel and you want some like visibility or something like that, just know that I will be there to defend you. If somebody steps over the line, in my opinion, with one of my friends, even if I'm alone and people call me soft and all that kind of stuff, I will not let new niggas disrespect you guys.
I agree with you. You've been supporting me since I had any subs. You've been with me for a long time. I've been telling Big News to make a channel. I subscribed to JD before this nigga even had 40 fucking people. I remember, I subscribed to Wing. Niggas don't even know Wing has a channel.
You subscribe to me. I feel good about it.
Defending, right? When it comes to defending, Toddy, you biased in it. Because when I was going at it with Dritz and Naya for like 4 weeks, when I was consistent on verbal shit, you wasn't saying shit. They was calling me BDA nigga, Sorotard, all this shit. I'm like, nigga,
wait, was I there? I don't remember this at all.
Where was you when
I wasn't there for that.
You said I thought better of Big News. They was going crazy, and I started cussing them niggas out.
As you should.
No, I wasn't there for that news. I was there when you and Madara got into it.
No,
but I never heard you guys going off. You would Nye or anything like that. Keep in mind, I've only been back in the stream for about like six streams.
That's what I'm saying.
Now.
This is the early days, Toddy. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, back in the day, I can't speak for how I was when I was younger. I was a different.
And I'm sorry. No, but I would like to say, guys, you are not thinking, guys. No, let me talk, please. I haven't talked in ages. Let me talk.
Accountability. Remember, woman?
Oi. No, but I haven't talked in ages. You've been going off about stuff that he's not talking about. Let me remind you what he's saying. He says he has come off recently from a lot of social media. And if you are not noticing the change in his demeanor, given we have known him years, then you are not realizing what he's saying. He is telling you that there has been a change in his character from leaving social media and a groundedness that he has gained. And I'm sorry, but having been in the call for over an hour or so, I completely believe him because there is a change in his demeanor. There is a change in how he handles himself. And it is a healthy change. I'm sorry, but it is. It is.
I'm done, Sage.
I'm blushing.
I don't give a fuck about
Thank you,
that.
Sage.
But that's
Thank
not
you,
he's not saying that things have never happened.
I don't change. I've been the same. And as Toddy has
Big News ain't
changed.
changing for shit.
He's more sensitive or whatever, right? He's going through what he's going through. But what I'm saying, I'm consistent. So when you talk about how I should act, I've been doing the same thing for years.
I'm not saying you guys should act any certain way. I'm just trying to point out that it's a very interesting. If somebody were to analyze people that engage on social media from a position where they're not on social media that much, I think they will see some shit like, man, they all do this. They all do that. There's not a lot of empathy.
I think he's got a point. I do.
And when he said Dave and Toddy,
and I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm just pointing out that I feel it's unnatural.
Y'all want me to keep it a buck? Toddy's 100% on the money. Niggas who act a certain way on social media would never dare do this shit in our face.
Of course.
I know that for a fucking fact. Toddy is on the money. Toddy's on the money. But what I want to say, when he brought up, hey, check me out. Listen, when he brings up his brothers, I want him to know that I keep the same energy in person.
I'm pretty much the same nigga here that I'm saying.
I'm not debating that, but he's made growth, of course. I am the same nigga, whether you meet me in this bitch, whether you meet me in Discord, whether you meet me at a Denny's, I am the same nigga.
What, Virgo? I mean, you don't even gotta say that.
You're not understanding.
Okay.
He's not saying that being on social media, he's saying if you are in that box, you are in that box and you are affected by being in that box. He is no longer in that box, and that has made a change and given him a perspective on that box. He's not saying that you're different online 100% to real life. He's saying that by interacting with social media, there are changes made to your character that probably do absolutely happen offline.
Absolutely,
he's not saying that people are changing online and offline. He's saying that there is a culture in social media that affects people's psychology, and that is 100%. I agree.
So that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not saying you guys are fake at all. I think that these are permanent. I think these are permanent things that probably permeate into your real lives.
Everybody's had a chance. Everybody's had a chance to say something, right? So I want to chime in.
Here we go.
Because because with what Sage is saying and what Toddy's saying is, for me, I hate social media. I'm on it because I have a YouTube channel and I have things to promote. But if I did not have a YouTube channel, I would leave Twitter for maybe months, maybe never come back, for one specific reason. The behavior people exhibit on Twitter is they live in their own little world. That whatever fantasy world that you can create on Twitter, you can do that. You can present yourself as the coolest person ever and the most knowledgeable person ever. When in actuality, in real life, people probably don't ever take you seriously. So and now what Big News and Virgo are saying is that I never changed, but that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about how it's changing people. He's talking about how it's changing people around him and how he's noticed.
Let me go next.
There's behavioral patterns that people pick up by spending too much time on social media because you're not getting checked. You don't have to deal with the social consequences that you have to deal with by behaving that way on Twitter as you would do in real life. You just carry yourself in a different light. You just don't take, if someone, like I said, for example, if someone is cutting me off repeatedly, like people are cutting me off today, eventually it'd have to be a physical altercation. Like eventually I probably have to hurt you because I get angry. You see it in my face. So it's like these are like small little things that people don't notice and they think it's okay that will not be okay in real life. And I think that's what he's trying to say.
And this is what I'm saying, right? Because when Ty's talking about, he's not talking about Twitter. He's not talking about when we're on Facebook. We're not talking about in the Discord. He's saying the niggas I've known for 5 years. If these niggas come in here and say something to me, have my back. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about
I think every single one of you missed that part.
So when I because we had this conversation many times, and I tell Todd, I've been on football teams, I've been on lacrosse teams, I've ran track and played basketball. When you on a team, you know these niggas for years, and that new nigga come in and he defend himself, niggas don't say shit, niggas are laughing. If you getting roasted by that new nigga, that's on you. And that's what I mean.
I know. I think you're missing what I was getting at. I'm not saying that you guys should defend anybody. I'm saying
you said dump this nigga out. That's what you said.
You said that you're shot.
Hold on, you guys are rearranging the context of what I'm saying. I'm saying if you moved the situation to real life and take me out of it, because there is a very heavy bias against me. I know that, and I've accepted it a long time ago. But imagine your brother or your best friend, and you're in a group of your friends that you've known for years, and you're out at a bar, and a guy comes up to the bar. And I'm not saying this is not defending himself, by the way. You can re-listen to the stream if you want. If while your brother is talking, the motherfucker starts shouting and telling your brother to shut the fuck up and you fucking talk too much, and it's not joking, it's not defending. Either there will be a one-on-one fight with your brother or that man, or y'all niggas are about to do an A-town stomp on a single man's body. And that is, and the point.
Can I say something to that point?
The point of
hey, shout out to man.
The 3D. Did I not ask Virgo to go ahead and kick dude out?
I'm not criticizing you guys or expecting you guys to do anything, which is the other point that you're missing. I'm simply pointing out that you guys don't do this. I'm used to you guys not doing this for so long, and I'm just trying to look at it from a psychological perspective and saying that I believe that this behavior is unnatural.
Do you hear this?
And I've said that many a times. I never said you guys need to change. I never said you guys are fucked up. I've repeatedly said I feel like social media is making people behave unnaturally.
Yeah, he said
right.
But
I hope.
But you guys are getting on the defense.
Whether it's super cool, you got into it with.
I'm off it now.
I'm with you too, Toddy. I agree with that too.
I was on the defense, Toddy. I'm off it. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's Waldo you get into it with and say, guys, have my back. What did I say? Hey, chill out, right? Whether it's super cool with and I called you light skin, you got mad at me, right? It's scenarios upon scenarios that we can go through this. But at the same time, these dudes are not that bar guy. I know these niggas as well, and I know you. And sometimes I can say, well, you're being too sensitive.
Exactly, because
I do get too sensitive. I'm not saying I'm perfect.
Super Cool got into it. You called Super Cool a dick first. You called him a name first. Let's not play about it. Let's not hype behind it. You called
guys. I'm not trying to make this a competition between whose morality is superior.
I feel like we're going to get upset about it. That will get us nowhere. Period.
Yeah, but
I'm looking at this more of an observational because I'm into psychology, as a lot of you guys know. I'm looking at it observationally, but I feel like you guys are taking this as personal attacks.
Toddy stated his opinion, which is entitled to feel, and we got butthurt about it, myself included.
I'm not immune to misbehaving either, and I never claimed to be. I am simply a man with flaws as well.
We responded to it, and that's where we are right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is I understand what you're saying, right? If it's some random dude that's some dude I don't know, then I got you regardless, right? Right or wrong. Yeah. But what I'm saying is these scenarios that you're bringing up, that is not that case.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that.
It's not just random people that we're talking about.
Hey, I gotta stop it, Sage. I'm sorry, I gotta stop it because I do have to go play beach volleyball. Shout to Haiku.
Damn.
But hey, guys, I'm sorry, Wing. But listen, guys, for my 10 niggas in here,
cool.
Wing, JR, Madara, Toddy, Big News, Sage, Jay. This has been phenomenal for me. Vulture as well.
Sensational.
This has been sensational. I love everything about this stream. To be honest, you guys have wonderful insight, every single one of you. But I do have to wrap it up. And thank you for the chat. You guys have wonderful insight as well. Even though Toddy is, are you timing niggas out?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. That nigga has been getting on my nerves.
He just won't fold him like a long.
And it was a big news.
I'm trying to tell you, Toddy.
No, he has been disrespectful the whole stream.
I've seen your back and forth there. We'll talk about that at some point.
Toddy.
The thing is, I don't mind niggas commenting and having difference of opinions, but be respectful because I'm not on social media, so I don't overlook this odd behavior. And Dream Shake, you are being completely unnatural because I probably would have killed you with my bare hands a month ago.
You being completely unnatural.
I feel like this.
That's a natural death.
Y'all have a wonderful night.
You are being completely unnatural.
I never ever see you act like this.
You are acting different.
It is a natural death. Calm down. It's a
Reverie coming soon. Ghetto Reverie coming soon. Any Cool Brothers coming soon when Jay starts being fraudulent. It's all coming.
Shit.
Y'all have a wonderful night.
Wait, Virgo. You let me come through, Virgo.
Of course.
Appreciate you.
Like they said,